obesity. I wore...
You were losing.
Hahn.
John, Peter, thank you. Alan, I hope you make the team.
And Rosenberg.
Richard, have you ever heard of Brazzers?
No.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
301 in the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you until 7 today. So it's full frontal today. Mets have the day off.
All in. You ready? You
Yankees
stretch?
are playing as we speak. They're down 1-0 in the top of the 7th inning. Kind of playing
right
that game of not being able to sweep teams. Couldn't sweep the Braves, and now trying to sweep the Mariners. But still only
last
1-0.
night started.
Yankees get all their runs late anyway. It doesn't make a difference.
Get to that bullpen. Get to the bullpen. Get to the chopper. Are you ready for this today? I'm fired up.
I can tell you're fired up.
In moments, I will know where I'm going to be.
There is something about that. Like it was like Christmas Day for me when the NHL schedule came out, just to know, all right, where am I going to be around the holidays?
I'm excited.
Will I be around for Halloween, stuff like that?
I've never covered a defending champ.
No,
I've never done that before.
It's a thing. So the schedule is going to be coming out in mere moments, and we're going to be right on top of it to see where the Knicks and Nets are going to be throughout the course of the year and different marquee matchups and all that. And we're keeping an eye on the Yankees.
We know
some. Yeah, some trickled in. Obviously, opening day. We know Christmas.
Yep.
We know that the vision of death, or whatever you want to call it, for the NBA Cup, the group of death, which I honestly, you almost figure like, all right, listen, we could probably win it. Why not with the defending champions? But let's just tap out. We got more important things to do.
I agree with you.
Let LeBron have fun with that. Give LeBron his cup, his second cup.
I definitely think the cup stuff won't have the same juice. It'll just be like, yeah, all right, yeah, you guys are good. You can have this. We're not really into this. We're gonna rest. We want that week off instead of going to Vegas. That wore us out.
Well, you know what? You try early, and then if it doesn't feel like it's really catching, it's just like, all right, let's just. You guys have fun with it.
Right.
We'll go after the real deal when it matters.
Yep.
Obviously, we got plenty of football. We'll get to the Jets and the Giants and kind of day that they had. Listening to Chris Carlin today, talking about he's just not a Geno Smith guy. So he thinks that Geno Smith is going to fall on his face. And Klubnik's not the guy, and we believe, but he thinks he will be the guy. That teams were high on him.
What does he call it?
The year before.
What did Carlin call it?
I don't know, because I'm all confused because we were calling it something off the air we can't say on the air.
Yeah, we can't say that on the air. But Carlin had something that was safe for public consumption, right?
I don't remember what it was.
We all come up with our rally cries, right?
Was it club? The Cade Brigade.
The Cade Brigade?
Because he believes that people were high on him the year before and that he was going to be a top 10 pick. And then he fell off, and he's probably responsible for that. The coaches in Clemson were probably as responsible for it. And the Jets traded up to get him in the 4th round, and they're high on him and believe that he is going to play. Carlin believes he might be able to play north of 4 games. He might play north of 7 games this year. I don't buy into that. I don't think he's going to play at all. I think they're going to get a veteran before camp breaks that will be the backup for all the concerns that you had, that you can't have this kid play if something happens to Geno Smith. He's 36. Quarterbacks get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And if they decide to bench Geno for poor play, they'll give it to the veteran. So I don't think he's going to play at all. And I think they'll find out during the course of camp that, there's a good chance that he'll be a good backup and maybe one day be a starter. But I don't – if you're a Jet fan believing that this is going to be your Tom Brady, that this is going to be your diamond in the rough, think about what you're asking. And I understand that Muji should not wear the scars of the previous regimes and all that. But the history of the Jets, they can't find quarterbacks. Forget diamonds in the rough.
Yeah.
All right? They can't, when they've got the 2nd overall pick or the 3rd overall pick or the 5th overall pick, they can't find the franchise quarterback. Now you're going to ask Muji to go find a diamond in the rough, a needle in the haystack?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be how they get it? Again, I'm not ruling anything out. It's sports. Crazy things happen. But I think Geno Smith's going to be fine. I don't think he's going to be great. I don't think he's going to lead them to the playoffs, but I think he's going to be fine. And the Jets will have meaningful games late in the season. I think they could win, around 7-8 games if Geno plays well. And then you got to figure out what you're going to do after that. But to have your backup fourth-round pick being in play for your future quarterback, to me, I think it's a pipe dream.
But also, that's your backup if something goes wrong. And with the Jets, something always goes wrong. That's the part that I'm a little worried about. But because it's a rookie and a draft pick, and because in camp he hasn't soiled himself, he's performed admirably for a young player. He has confidence. There's going to be fans, and there's a lot. I've seen a lot of reaction of like what he's showing and his potential and what it could be, and everybody just wants it to hit. They all we're getting impatient, and I think that's what's happening with him. But I'd love to be. I want to be surprised by it. That's what I want. I want to be surprised by it.
All right, we're being handed something right now.
So.
Can I use it? Can I do it? I've been itching to do it.
Go for it.
I've been itching to do it, Jacob. There it is. Breaking news presented by Boost Mobile.
Boost.
We have the New York Knicks 2026-27 regular season schedule. Scratch that. We have the defending champion New York Knicks 26-27 schedule.
I like the way that sounds.
Have it here. Now, listen, I don't want to be that guy.
Be it. It's Thursday.
You could have printed us the net one. I know we spent a lot of time talking about it's a Knicks town, but let's show some respect. Let's for the Joe Leos of the world.
We'll get to it.
Right,
Honestly,
for the Ryan Ruccos.
I was waiting
world.
for the calendar view, but Begley had the.
Yeah.
Begley
But you
had
know what I'm saying.
I
mean,
do know what you're
we
saying.
could at least.
Yeah. We
You
do
know-
have two teams in this market.
Yeah, I mean, let's not be. We all get it, but let's not be that guy. It's that guy Thursday. Let's not call ourselves out at 4:30. Okay.
So a couple of things
All
out of
right.
the gate.
All
We
right.
already knew about opening the season at home against LeBron and
Right.
Jaylen Brown and the Sixers.
And I think we
on
knew about
NBC.
the at Boston on that Friday,
And
right?
then there's Friday. So out of the first 6 games, 4 are on national TV.
Yep, NBC Prime right out of the box.
Yep.
MSG doesn't get an exclusive until the 25th, home against Orlando.
Yep.
Now,
that's
do you
a
know the
Sunday.
side-by-sides?
I don't yet, no, because the schedule just comes out, and then MSG. All the RSNs. When you have a certain amount of national broadcasts, so you know this from hockey,
Right.
then you are allowed over that number. You're allowed then to say we're going side by side on the overage,
Hockey doesn't go
and you
side
can
by
pick the
side
games you want.
much.
No,
Ever. No.
not worth it. Well, on the basketball side, you can.
Okay.
And so there's going to be some side-by-sides that that'll be announced pretty soon. But what I've noticed just right out of the gate, which is always important when it comes to starting off strong, is 4 national TV games in the first 6. But more importantly, out of the first 11 games, 7 are at the Garden. 3 of the first 4 games are at MSG. So you're getting some home cooking nice and early, but you're not playing the Sisters of the Poor. You're playing all of the brand names in the East. Sixers, then it's at Celtics, Magic, which is a good team and tough team, new coach, Pistons, and then that's when you go at Bulls, and then at Sixers, and then you got a whole bunch more home games in a row here. You got a 4-game homestand. 5? No, 3-game homestand. No, wrong. 4 out of 5.
Yeah, 4 to 5.
That's what it is.
Only at Cleveland right in the middle. Home
Yeah.
against Brooklyn, Chicago,
then
at Cleveland, and then home against Milwaukee and Cleveland.
Yeah, and I'm checking the back-to-backs. You're getting 1 back-to-back. That's it out of that first 11, which is
the Milwaukee, Cleveland, but they're home games. That Tuesday, Wednesday, 11, 10, and 11, 11.
Because I saw the Tuesday, Wednesday is Detroit home on NBC, and then at Chicago the next night.
Yes, that's the
sucks.
first.
That turnaround sucks.
My observation here is that you don't have a lot. Like, your travel early at Boston, that's nothing. Chicago, a little bit. At Philly, so that'll be a little mini road trip there because those games are two games in 3 nights, and at Cleveland. So you don't have anything crazy.
It's a 7-game homestand, however, Don, in December.
Right. And then you get the quirkiness of the schedule.
I mean, road, I should say. That's a road. Don. December 1st to December 21st. You're on the road. And it has to do with NBA Cup stuff.
Right.
But you're talking at Chicago, at Milwaukee, at Miami, at Houston, at New Orleans, at Washington, at Cleveland. Count it for me because I'm not good at math. That's 7. That's 7 straight games on the road.
Yeah, broken up by
with NBA Cup stuff in the middle.
Right.
Like if you advance to the quarters, which I think they'd be more than happy to go from December 2nd to December 12th. That's 10 days where you'd probably just play one game.
That's a long one.
That's a little break, but it's still a lot of road games all of a sudden.
The Devils have one. Like it's the longest road trip. I think it's 7-game road trip, but in the middle is the All-Star break, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, then there's a West Coast trip in January.
And that's a 6-game. Utah, Phoenix, Denver, Portland, Golden State, and Sacramento. So you don't get either of the LA teams, but still there's some winnable games in there.
Yeah.
But again, not crazy travel. And a little anomaly in the schedule we do see every once in a while is in the middle of November, you'll be spending some time in Toronto. You got a Sunday game at Toronto and then a Tuesday game at Toronto. So back-to-back games in Toronto over 3 days.
That's the next thing I was looking. Football Sundays. Feels like a lot of Sundays.
Because you know what? The Knicks and the Rangers, I noticed, play a lot of Sunday afternoon games because they're one of those few teams that they could still sell out the building despite going up against the NFL. Now, the Jets and Giants usually aren't very good. That doesn't matter. But even when the Jets and Giants were good, I remember calling like Ranger games in the afternoon while there was like a big – I remember doing a Ranger Winnipeg Jet game on a Sunday and then keeping an eye on the Giants-Patriots. Remember the Giant Patriot game where the Giants won a last-second touchdown in Foxborough? That was while a Ranger game was going on. It happens.
Yeah.
And the Knicks could do it too.
They've got 5 Sundays in the football season. They have 5 of them. October 25th is your first one.
But you don't mind because that's 7 o'clock. So by then, I got to look and see.
They're all late. So the one at Toronto's at 6. The one in Indiana is at 8. That's in November. Another one in November is in Atlanta. That's at 6. And then one in December, right after Christmas, is home against Brooklyn. That's at 6.
Yeah, your first afternoon game is Christmas.
Yep.
You don't have any. You have a couple of 6s.
Yeah.
But the Knicks do not have any afternoon games I can see
it'll be Christmas,
here.
MLK, Presidents, right? It'll be those. But they don't play on – I don't think they play President's Day.
No, they don't have any. Then they have on March 28th, they've got a 12:30 ESPN game at Orlando. That's it. Otherwise, everything is 6 or later on their schedule. So that's what the Knicks are doing. And also, you like to keep an eye on things if you're battling for playoff position or, in the Knicks' case, top seed.
So let's see.
Tough close to the season, okay? You look at the last 5 games of the season. Home against Boston.
Yep.
At Atlanta, at Milwaukee, home against Detroit, home against Indiana. If Indiana's good, and I think they will be, and Detroit's going to be good.
Yep.
All right. I don't know what Milwaukee will be.
Atlanta's going to be good. Milwaukee's not good. But Boston, Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Like that's a tough finish there. Boston, Atlanta, at Milwaukee's, not one to worry about at that point. By then, I think the Bucks will be, playing for a lottery spot.
Yeah, so your longest road trip.
Detroit and Indiana, wow.
As you said, that 7-game road trip, but broken up by the 2 days, the 23rd and the 24th of December.
Well, no. That's the game days. There's 2 games there. You see, that number you're looking at is the game number.
Game number. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
the second.
It's the Cup quarterfinal.
Right. So you could have from December 4th through the 10th are potential Knick games that will be Cup games, or could be at the Garden,
or they're just the extra game you have to play if you don't advance in the Cup.
Right.
That's what they do.
But they could be at the Garden.
Yes, very much.
So even though they have technically 7 straight games on the road, that little bit of a breakup in early December after that game at Milwaukee, you're going to return home anyway.
Yeah.
But you might have games at home before then you hit the road after the Cup at Miami, at Houston, New Orleans, Washington, and Cleveland. So that still will end up being a 5-game road trip against some difficult teams. So that's what we're looking at with the Knicks schedule officially out. And I asked, out of respect, the Nets, they open up the season, which you already knew, on October 21st, home against Charlotte. They've got a lot of games on the road to start the season.
Of course they do. That's what they do to weaker teams.
Right.
So they put you on the road early.
So of the first 12 games, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the first 12 are on the road.
Yikes.
To start the season.
Yeah.
And a lot of teams request a lot of road games during the early portion of the season.
Maybe arena availability?
Well, because, like, arena availability, but sometimes, especially like in New York, where, like, you're going to have, Yankees in the playoffs, football.
You don't want to compete for tickets?
I don't want to compete for tickets. Give me a lot of road games early.
Yeah.
And then once you get into November, World Series is over. You kind of settle in with the football. But even then, they come back, as I said, 8 of the first 12 on the road for the Nets. Then 3 home games, Philly, Chicago, and Orlando. And then they go on a 4-game road trip again.
Yeah.
So how many is that? So 12, 15, 19, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 12 of the first 19 are going to be on the road for them.
And by the way, of all teams to have a home and home with,
Oklahoma City, end of November.
Think about this. You play Saturday at Charlotte. You come home after that game. You have Sunday at home. Then you got to fly Sunday night to Oklahoma City, play Monday at Oklahoma City, then fly home and play Wednesday against the Thunder in your building. That sucks.
And then to close out the season, if they're battling for a play-in or something, 4 of their last 5 games are on the road, including 4 straight at Milwaukee, Cleveland, Toronto, and Charlotte. Then you close it out at home on April 11th against Toronto. So they've got to play. So they start the year with a lot on the road. Now, they do have a really long homestand before those 4 straight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a 7-game homestand late in March against Sacramento, Boston, Denver, Memphis, Golden State, Cleveland, and the Knicks. All right, so
it's an important year for them on many levels, especially for Sean Marks.
So let's take a look at Knicks-Nets, okay? The first Knicks-Nets game will be November 2nd at the Garden, 7:30 tip, so that's Monday, November 2nd. The next one after that, Allen.
December 27th, right?
At New York again, December 27th. That'll be a 6 o'clock tip. That's on a Sunday. So
and
the first 2 games, and then I guess the next
at
2.
Brooklyn on February 1st. And then the last one, isn't it late in the year? Yeah. April 2nd.
April 2nd.
Yeah.
So the first 2 will be at the Garden, and then the next 2 will be in Brooklyn, including the last one on Friday, April 2nd, 7:30 tip at Brooklyn.
But what we know with the Knicks schedule is they're going to get a healthy dose of the East rivals right at the beginning. All the teams that made changes, you're going to see them right away. In fact, you're going to see Philly twice. Now, they're going to play Philly 4 times. Think about this. You're playing Philly twice in the first 6 games. That's why would you do that?
Right.
If you're the NBA, why would you want that? Do you want that because you want to already start it? Because I imagine they're not going to see Philly again for a while. At Philadelphia on February 11th, and I don't think they play. So you're going to go from basically October 30th, and then you won't see Philly again until February?
Yeah. Well, that's what they like to do in the NBA and the NHL. They like to give you the divisional games early and give you the divisional games
late. And then let's see where we are when we meet up later on in the year. Yeah, then they play twice in February. And then they don't. So now the last time you see them will be February 27th. There's still 2 months before you get to the playoffs. So it really is a bit of a tease, but you get a healthy dose of Philly. You get a little bit of Boston. You'll see Detroit. You get a couple of Clevelands early as well. You get a couple of Torontos early. Like a lot of the tough division opponents. I mean, you're getting 3 Clevelands by November 25th, actually, Don. So a lot of the teams that are building and trying to chase you and beat you, you're not gonna see them from the middle of November for a long time. Is that great?
No, that's not
necessarily, because you don't know what anybody's going to look like. But it does, at least early in the season, give you some sizzle right out of the gate. Now, out of all those teams that I mentioned, Philly's the obvious, right? Like, as far as curious to see what they look like and how they match up. But if I take Philly off the table, what's the other team you're like, I'm really curious to see what they look like against the Knicks, how they match up? Indiana.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because that's the team that you couldn't beat. Get a healthy Halliburton. So that it's almost like they took a year off. Yeah. Now they're back.
And they're a lot of the same except for one piece. And that one piece is the center. Miles Turner's not there anymore, and he was a key player for them when they made their run to the finals. But they have Ivica Zubac. Different type of center, but a guy at his size and his ability in the paint that if you put him and Cat head-to-head, could be interesting.
No, that to me
different look
it is.
for them now.
You know, Cleveland, no. Detroit, I know they beat up on the Knicks during the regular season, but you know,
they're in a weird place.
They're kind of in a weird place.
What about Miami with Giannis and Bam?
That's curious, but I'm not necessarily worried about them. I'm just really curious about Indiana because they're back. The last time you faced them, they beat you. It is a great rivalry that is kind of rekindled now. Because I'm sure Indiana can look at it and go, well, you didn't beat us. You didn't have to go through us, right? So you ask me, Philadelphia clearly number one because of LeBron.
In fact,
to me, number two is Indiana.
That's what Halliburton said.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
It's all passing jokes and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course.
But somebody was saying something to him. He's like, they didn't beat us.
Well, and you know what? I can't get mad at that.
I love it.
Because it's true, right?
Of course. You get two Indianas by November 22nd. So, again, I think some divisions you only play 3 times. And if that's the case, the next time you see Indiana is game 82. So you play them twice before Thanksgiving, and then you won't see them again until the last game of the season, which for both teams probably has no meaning.
Or it could not. Well, nobody gets crazy about seeding, but
no.
I guess it is possible that you could be facing Indiana and battling for, well, you hope not home court. You hope you're going to be better than a 5 seed by the time you get to the end of the season. But it's always intriguing. It's always fun. All right.
So Indiana, I like it. So do we have Taj on the page?
We do.
All right. So we had I didn't realize where we are time-wise.
Yeah,
we'll
when
we come back, if you missed our interview with Taj Gibson, who's a great veteran in the league, played 17 seasons, I asked him on the show last week what he thinks about what I just asked you. Out of all the teams, like who's the most interesting and how they match up, this new look East matches up with the Knicks. And Taj's answer was very interesting to me, and I want to get your reaction to it. So we love that.
We got that coming up. Breaking news is presented by Boost Mobile. Don't overpay. Get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month. Forever, for life, for real. Switch now at boostmobile.com. We're just getting started. Your reaction to the schedule at 1-800-919-3776. Keeping an eye on what the Yankees are doing as they're trying to sweep the Mariners, but they're down a run. So we got that to talk about. Camps. And we should maybe reach out to Rich Cimini again. We tried to get him yesterday to argue with him and his take about Baker Mayfield, but he had some family obligations. I do know, because we had Jay Gasman filling in for Kay earlier, that they're recording their podcast today.
Okay, so he's
the Jets
he's
Collective. So I know he's going to be around, so we might do that a little bit later on. That guy Thursday at 4:30, ENN at 6. We got a full vehicle today. Take up until 7 o'clock down on the Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
There you were, surrounded by fans. Everybody remembers the game. Nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you. Till a few days later, at 2 a.m., you wake up with a fever and your throat's on fire. Now what? Urgent care? Closed. ER? Slammed. Telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You needed a medical emergency kit. These aren't first aid kits. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions. Sinus and ear infection, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more on hand before you need them. Use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care and drugstore at home. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you'd ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
This is the Michael K. Show.
Talking with Alex Rodriguez, what you've seen of Lombard, what do you think?
It's amazing when you have a plus defender at short, how it makes your entire team better defensively. Lombard can do for the Yankees defensively and for those great pitchers what Aaron Judge does for the offense. That's how good Lombard can be.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
When you manage an active facility, disruption is not an option. Tricon Construction specializes in healthcare, commercial, and industrial environments where work needs to happen without shutting operations down. That takes detailed planning, clear communication, and safe, disciplined execution. Because when patients are inside, tenants are working, or production has to keep moving, every decision matters. Tricon understands how to work around your business professionally, safely, and efficiently. For complex work inside active facilities, choose Tricon Construction. Visit triconbuilds.com. That's triconbuilds.com.
Hey, Yankees fans! Join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, August 21st, as the Yankees take on the Toronto Blue Jays. And don't miss Cody Bellinger Bobblehead Night, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will take home an exclusive Cody Bellinger bobblehead. Get here early, grab the giveaway, and cheer on the Bronx Bombers. Tickets are available now at yankees.com/tickets.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. We've got a rough ride on the Belt westbound in Queens. Crash right after JFK over by Lefferts Boulevard. Left lane is out. You're jammed there and backed up to Sunrise Highway. After that, heading over to the Verrazano in Brooklyn, just a bit bunched up from Shell Road. Yanks game well underway in the Bronx. No issues at all at the inbound George. No road work to slow you down. Just about 5 minutes for the upper deck. Heading over to the outbound George. Worst of it, West Side Highway northbound. Crash in the left lane in the 110s. You're crawling from the Intrepid. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 15 to 20 minutes. Outbound Hahn run you 20 to 30. This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com. A bent tire rod can quickly bring a drive to a halt. For the parts needed to get back on the road, visit RockAuto.com. Find a wide selection of quality parts at reliably low prices. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
We had a very funny moment in our meeting today before you showed up, Alan. I was here early because there's a bunch of stuff I had to do. So I was having lunch with John Winthrop, and there was an idea. I don't want to give you too much detail. That was like bounced around about music.
Okay.
And John was giving me an example of something that could be debated in music, but he's not a music guy. So he just threw out an example. His example was debating Def Leppard versus Leonard Skinner. I was like, what? How is that debatable? It's like there's nothing other than everybody in both bands being white. I don't think there's anything that they really have in common. Like, so, and he laughed when he said it because he didn't know. He was like reaching for, like if you said like Def Leppard versus Motley Crue or Leonard Skinner versus like Neil Young or the band or something. Like now you're getting into like comparisons, but he just threw out two polar opposites. So when he played Leonard Skinner, I don't know if that's why you did it, Jacob, because you were in the room when that happened. But
I mean, it just happened to be a coincidence that on his day, their debut album dropped, so I came in with that.
How about that? He does his homework. That's what we love about Jacob.
Yeah, so what year would have that been? That their
Freebird?
I don't think that was on the day. Maybe it was.
It was
73.
So
right on the nail.
Bang! Come on. 1973 was a hell of a year.
It was a good year
because that's the year that the Dark Side of the Moon from Pink Floyd.
It was that early 70s point where all of a sudden there was a notable change in rock and roll. Came a little more like country sound to it, right? A little more dirt road.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. What is that?
Yankees going to the 7th down 1-0. Red Sox are up 1-0 in their game with Toronto as they've kind of fallen off. They've lost 5 straight, and that game's up for grabs. Yankee game's up for grabs, so we're keeping an eye on that, and we will pivot to that as soon as it's over. But Alan brought up Taj Gibson, who was on when I was off.
Mm-hmm. This last week, had him on. He's doing great things in Brooklyn, like his, and he is one of these guys. He's well respected all around the NBA. 17 seasons. In fact, he's still under contract. So, I joked to them that the Knicks still have a roster spot open if Memphis lets him go. And he laughed, but, he wants to coach. But he's played on a lot of different teams, spent a lot of times long time with the Bulls, twice here with the Knicks. Brooklyn guy, but he knows the league really well. And so he watched from afar the Knicks win a championship with a relationship with a lot of the players on the team, knowing guys and knowing what they're about. He also now has watched what's happened in the East when it comes to, obviously, what Philly has done, which is they're really going for it. Boston has changed everything about what they look like. Miami, swung big for Giannis. Indiana's getting healthy. And so we asked him what he thought about the new look East and how they stack up against the Knicks as defending champs.
Of course. We can go on the list of the teams that everybody who played in the playoffs last year and ask ourselves, did they get better enough to compete against the Knicks again? Cleveland, the way they got swept, they need some toughness. I don't see them kind of matching up the way they are. Philly could be, but it's a whole new team. You still got to go through the woes of just having guys wanting to have great nights where they're getting great shots. And then VJ's going to have to take a whole new step. He's young. So we'll see about that. Boston, did they really get better to beat the Knicks? I don't think so. I see the Knicks getting back, really. They've proven they're tough. And that group that you see went through so much. So now you got a taste of champagne and winning. It's over.
So he feels like they don't match up. That with Philly, you got to see because it is going to be a transition, an adjustment for a lot of those guys because there's a lot of stars, but only one basketball. And he doesn't feel like teams like Cleveland or Boston match up anymore comparing to them. So he feels like it's set up for the Knicks to get back to the finals again.
It could be.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I'll answer it this way. 8 straight years of a different champion. Why is that? Parity certainly hit the league.
That's one.
But let's also look at the individual teams that have won. It all started with the Toronto Raptors winning in 18-19.
Which was because of injuries that happened. The Raptors team wouldn't win that if
they wouldn't win.
KD and Klay Thompson got hurt.
Then the Lakers win the COVID title in the bubble.
Yeah, which is another weird one, but okay.
Weird, okay. then the Bucks.
That was Bucks Suns, and that's Giannis at his best.
Right.
He was, and that was a good Bucks team.
Good
Very
Bucks team, but they just didn't repeat.
And they got by Brooklyn.
Right.
Remember that
by
big
an inch.
play, and so they took advantage of it. That was their year and Giannis's year, and they won it.
But why didn't they repeat?
Because they did a bad job. First of all, injuries the next year.
Okay.
Chris Middleton stayed healthy in that run. That was key because he was so important for them.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a guy that got hurt a lot. And when they missed him and they lost him, they really lost a lot.
Right.
They made some questionable roster decisions, and it didn't work out.
And out in Golden State, but you could say, all right, that was their last hurrah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. With a young team. They had a younger roster.
Right. Then the Nuggets, and it's still baffling to me that they haven't been back.
Yeah. They have another team that just because of injuries have not been able to just sustain it, but they still have been an elite team since then.
No, they have
very
been, and in Boston to a certain extent too.
Yeah.
And Oklahoma went to the conference final last year, and now the Knicks.
Yeah.
All right, so there's different reasons. Parity's the main one. So the Knicks have to deal with the parity of, hey, it's just hard to repeat now.
A lot of good teams.
A lot of good teams, and it's hard to repeat, whether there's a hangover, whether you now have to deal with injuries that you didn't have to deal with the year before, whatever. There's also a nice streak, I believe it goes back to 22, of the team that loses in the conference final in the East, then goes to the final the next year.
Right.
But I don't think anybody believes that Cleveland is going to now go to the finals.
No.
So the Knicks have that going for them, right?
Which is nice.
But I think overall it's the parity. If I had to pick the Knicks or the field, I would probably pick the field just because look how improved the teams are that they beat last year. Right. All right, Philadelphia, you swept them. They improved. They picked up two of the best players in the league. So I'm not saying you can't beat them. If you face them again, I doubt you're going to sweep them and win by 30 points every game.
The thing with Philly that would be my concern matchup-wise is not what Philly can do to you offensively. I think it's what they can do to you defensively.
Yes.
I think they are bigger. That scares you.
Right, and I'm on record as saying, and it's most likely not going to happen because it never does. If Embiid is healthy, I think Philadelphia wins the conference, and I think they go to the final.
Yeah, but they don't expect him to be healthy.
He's never healthy, so it's I'm not really saying anything.
All you need him to be. This is almost like the Aaron Judge thing. All you or maybe this is better. This is the Giancarlo Stanton thing.
If he's just healthy for the postseason.
Because he's never healthy, right? So if he's healthy come April, and even last April when they said, "Oh, Joel came back and look at him, he's healthy," he wasn't. He was healthy enough to play.
Yeah, but not healthy enough to be
once he
dominant.
played 2-3 games,
he wasn't Embiid.
He was a mess. So that's the thing is he's a lot like Stanton for the Yankees. Is just have him able to play in April because that's when you're really going to need
it. Yeah, because you're not going to say, I guess, and we'll take your calls, 1-800-919-3776 on this, and I know Knicks fans are very optimistic.
And you should be.
Why wouldn't you? You're the defending champions.
Yeah.
But you do hear Knicks fans say, I think they can play even better. Can they play better?
I have heard that.
Right, I've heard it, but is it realistic?
But not from fans.
But can they play? Because they listen, Brunson played out of his mind, okay? Especially in key moments, especially in the fourth. Because there were times that where's Brunson, and all of a sudden the fourth quarter he's making like every shot. You did lose a piece. Mitch is gone, and that's not nothing.
That's big. Yeah.
But Philadelphia improved. Indiana's back, and I'm sorry, that's a thing, right? It's a thing.
You're not wrong
because you didn't have to face Indiana, and Indiana did beat you.
And how did they beat you? Mm-hmm. Because they've got not one but a couple of guards who can give Brunson a hard time.
Right.
They make him work. That's a real thing. So,
now, I don't worry about Cleveland. I don't worry about Detroit, although Detroit's still, I guess, a thing. Will they improve? It doesn't feel like they're going to build off of that. Orlando still could be a few years away. Miami's a thing now, as you said, but I don't think scary enough to beat the Knicks. And Boston, they always find a way to kind of hang around, but they still lost too big a piece for me to really believe that Boston's any kind of a threat to the Knicks.
Yeah, they're an interesting roster, and I wonder if they're going to change the way they play. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be interesting to see what they end up doing. But because last year they just were this little engine that could, hard-working team, And Joe Mazzulla's a good coach. Yeah, you can't count them out, but I don't feel like they're the same. They're the same thing they were 2 years ago.
And so now we've given you all the pitfalls that could be in the East.
Yeah.
You get through that.
I'm not worried about that. Don, I'm not worried about the West.
And then I don't know how you can not be worried about the West.
No. If they get to the finals, they will be. I mean, I think it'd be 50-50 to win a title. If they get to the finals.
Oh, well, it's 50-50. I mean, still, it's part of the evaluation.
Think about it. The Spurs, they know they can beat them.
They know they can beat them, but the Spurs are going to have to. I think the Spurs could be a beast. Sometimes you learn from losing.
No
and
question.
to get another opportunity to face them, they can be tougher.
You're right.
The Thunder,
yeah.
If they're healthy,
but they'll
go in as the favorite.
Hell out of each other for another 7-game series.
They do.
So you think about doesn't the war of attrition matter though when it comes to that?
It does.
So
and I think it certainly helped the Knicks last year. But do you think, as confident as we are that the Knicks can get out of the East,
it's
not going to be the way it was last year.
Right.
So you're talking about the Thunder and the Spurs and the Nuggets all kicking the hell out of each other.
I don't even know about Denver.
All right, but if the Thunder and the Spurs,
Minnesota,
banging around, killing each other. I mean, the Knicks. The Knicks could be in a death rattle with the Sixers or the Pacers too.
I
mean, you might have two teams kind of dragging their ass into the final, both having to go 7 games.
But
so
I think,
there may not be an advantage there.
I think what I was trying to say is not that no matter who they play in the West, they'll win. I didn't mean it to sound like that. What I meant to say is if they can get through what feels like a much tougher gauntlet in the East this time around, and it could be, right? You expect it to be a lot harder. That if they get there, it's almost like now that team, what we've learned about them is they have true belief in themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot about them that is intangible that if they got there, you'd feel really good because even if they lose, you're like, wow. I mean, you won a championship and got back to the finals next year. That's a huge statement.
I'm gonna tell you why that may not hold water.
Okay.
1-800-919-3776. That guy Thursday coming up at 4:30. ENN at 6. Take you right up till 7 o'clock. Hanging out with you all day today. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Buster only joins us. Who's a team in the American League right now that should scare Yankees fans a little bit?
All of them. There's so much parity in the American League, it's kind of crazy. So if you told me that the Yankees reached the World Series, I wouldn't be shocked. And if you told me they got knocked out in the first round, that wouldn't shock me either. I don't think they have any idea what they're going to get out of Judge and Stan the rest of the year. Like none.
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This August, don't miss the Big 5 spin-off and your chance to win your share of $55,550. Be here on Friday, August 7th and 28th from 3 to 7 p.m. when one lucky winner will be drawn every hour to select 4 balls from the lottery drum to win up to $5,555 cash. Don't miss the Big 5 spin-off where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
This is Carlin on ESPN New York.
Jeff Passan is with us, WWE guy. Where are you on Danhausen?
It's I, Danhausen, here with great news. You're still cursed.
Entertaining, annoying. Your thoughts?
I think you can be both at the same time.
And that's brilliant. And that's how I've made a career.
Chris Carlin, weekdays at 10 a.m. on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. At Rings End, they're there to help realize your modern design visions. That's why they partner with Marvin. Engineered for big ideas, Marvin modern windows and doors deliver effortless elegance, expansive views, and industry-leading innovation, all in a modular system designed to meet the exacting principles of modern architecture. Experience Marvin Modern at a Rings End showroom today and create something stunning with them. Rings End is a certified Marvin installing retailer.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hot damn! Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea just got harder with Twisted Tea Extreme. The hard iced tea taste you know and love, but with an 8% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Extreme is made with real brewed tea, goes down smooth, and brings your daytime drinking to the next level. Just look for the bright yellow cans in the cooler and get ready to dial up the fun. Big flavor, extreme kick. Twisted Tea Extreme. Keep it twisted!
Visit Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off, and you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
We continue to celebrate the anniversary of Leonard Skinner's first album, which came out in 1973. Man. So
play some Skinner.
That is 53 years ago today. Yankees going to the bottom of the seventh inning, still down 1-0. The Mariners threatened but did not score in the top half of the seventh inning. But to honor the T's, and if you want to climb aboard on the Knicks conversation, by all means do so at 1-800-919-3776, is that you said that they kind of proved to you that they know how to win, and that you shouldn't be concerned about that.
I think that's the thing. I think they had that breakthrough.
No,
they just
get
became
it.
this team that had a will to win that was unbreakable, and it was noticeable in many situations where teams would normally have given the game away.
Right.
And I'm wondering, I know that can't carry over for a whole 82 games, but when you do get to the playoffs, a team that has that in the back of its mind, they can be very dangerous.
Well, here's why I don't think it holds water.
Okay.
Is because, well, look at Oklahoma City. They're up 3-2 against San Antonio. They're a bunch of kids. And I remember while that series was going on, I was like, well, the Thunder, they're the defending champions. They're not going to squander this. They're not going to blow this lead. They're not going to lose a game 7 at home. And they did. Because sometimes it's not about your want or your desire or your will. It's just that the other team just happens to be better than you on those given days, and you lose. Same thing with Boston. When we were going through that Boston series last year, Alan, and Boston fell behind, we were like, hey, listen, this is the heart of a champion, man. Those Celtics, they're not going to go away. They're going to figure this out, man. They won the championship last year. They went to the finals, 2 years before that. Well, you know what? Knicks still beat them, right? So sometimes that's nice. The teams have them, but it doesn't always come up. I agree with you. They learned how to win. They learned how to overcome. But in this run of teams not repeating, we're seeing it didn't carry over for other teams. Why is it automatically going to carry over for the Knicks?
Well, a couple of things. They lost Game 7 at home because everyone got hurt. They had nothing left.
Okay.
Right? Hart was hurt. OG tried to play on a hamstring that didn't exist. Couldn't make it. Right? He had to come out of the game early. By the third quarter, Brunson broke his wrist. Like, the whole thing was just, it fell to pieces. Wheels came off, which is probably what led to coaching change, right?
Yeah.
So that's why, but it also showed you, though, that they went through the trials and tribulations to where they realized the things that need to be done, the sacrifices need to be made, all that stuff. And I know this sounds trite. I get it. But it's a veteran group that has kind of been around. They've been through it.
Sure.
And what you hear from them is that along the way in this run, something just clicked. And it was like they weren't going to give it away. And even when they were losing early, they weren't going to give in. The thinking wasn't like, great example is Game 4, down big. The thinking wasn't, we're going to come back and still win this game. They weren't saying that at halftime, Don.
Mm-hmm.
What I heard they were talking about was stick to who we are, don't lose who we are, because it will carry over. And we just have to finish this game the right way so it carries over. Because if we get into bad habits or negative thing, whatever it is, they didn't pay attention to the scoreboard anymore. They just said, we just have to get to our standard, just get our game right because we're not right. But what happened along the way was the scoreboard started going, oh, wait a minute. Okay, wait. Like, we're close. Let's do this. So the mindset changed because they didn't just give in. Anybody else gives in that game, just punts it. All right, we're not winning this. It's not our night. Same thing with that Cavaliers Game 1. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing was happening there. They were not playing well. They knew it. Everybody felt like, okay, this was going to happen at some point. They were going to have a bad game. And instead, they said the same things. Just stick to what we do. It's not about winning this game anymore. It's more about just making sure we don't let go of the rope. So they're not giving in.
No.
That's a trait
I
that a young team
that.
like Oklahoma City didn't have in them. They had a lot of injuries. Key one to Jalen Williams. That hurt them. The Thunder took that thing to 7 games. They had a 3-2 series lead, but they were running out of gas because their bodies were breaking down. When your bodies aren't breaking down and you're just not playing well, that's a mental thing. So, again, the Knicks could have a year where the injury thing becomes a thing, which happens to a lot of teams, and then we can just say, well, okay, it's not their year. But if they stay healthy again, they're going to be hard to kill again.
I
believe
there's no doubt in that, but I think the answer could be somewhere in between, too.
Okay.
I'm not saying they can't repeat. I'm just saying it's really hard to repeat.
No question.
And I think they learned that they're not going to beat themselves anymore, but they still could be beaten by a team that happens to be better. Let's not forget, this run was unbelievable, but I'm almost hesitant to call it a run because we knew that if things broke the way that they could and should, that this team was going to go to the finals. They were the best team in the Eastern Conference. They proved it the year before. I don't know if you can clearly state in the same confidence this year as you did last year.
Because of Philly?
Because of Philly. Because of Halliburton being back in Indiana. Now it becomes tough. Not saying they can't do it, but are they going to be the favorite to come out of the East this year the way they were last year? Maybe they will be. But I don't think it'll be as much confidence. Now that's a question.
That I agree, which is what made, like last year, remember when I was telling you if they don't do it now? Remember that I was saying that? Like my fear is if they don't do it now, it's never going to happen. Like this, the opportunity was ripe for them to win it last year, and then they did. So that's what made last year's run so important, so valuable, and so critical. This year, because Philly and because Indiana's healthy and because what's going to happen in other places, that's now it becomes, this is interesting now. This is going to be like, can they make another run? Can they get one more in them before the Brunson era ends? And it doesn't have to be back-to-back. As I said the other day,
True.
They could win one in 2 out of 3 years or 2 in 4 years. It's still pretty significant to get 2. But but you're right. This year right now looks a lot tougher of a road than last year did. Mm-hmm. Because when we saw Detroit dominate, did we ever go like, oh man, Detroit, boy, they're going to the finals? You never felt that way.
No.
You just felt like they're tough, but they're young. Like they got to prove it. Boston was the same thing. All right, but are they getting Tatum back? Like what's Boston going to be? We don't know yet. Nobody ever believed Cleveland.
No.
You know what I mean?
Not for a second.
So in reality, the toughest team was the team that you only noticed late in the year, and that was Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
That was the team that you realized was the toughest one, and that was the first-round opponent. So that's what makes it more fun this year. Because of that, I totally agree with you. It is going to be a lot harder. But if they can get back, even if they lose in the finals, Don, that's still a hell of a run.
Hey, they might lose to the Sixers,
conference final.
LeBron retires, and then the Sixers take a step back, and then they win 2 years from now, and that's two titles in 3 years.
That's kind of what I'm saying.
Or you know what? Just somebody beats you, but then you come back. I don't think this team's going away.
Yeah.
But 8 straight years of a repeat champion in the NBA is just telling you it's really hard to repeat. And outside of football, baseball's doing it now because the Dodgers and right now they're just like a super team.
Yeah.
And then you saw the Panthers win back-to-back and the Lightning before. So we do see repeat champions now and then, but basketball has actually become now the parity league where it's kind of built to be that much harder to do.
Yeah, and
I'm sure the Thunder are sitting there going, well, why aren't we going to be back? Well, we'll win 2 championships in 3 years,
but
right?
You saw the Thunder had to move some pieces.
Well, they did.
Because, again, all about the finances, and that's why the second apron is acting as a hard cap. But anyway, the Knicks have a good opportunity to at least get off to a good start because they're going to be home a lot early, but we're going to see a lot of the marquee teams that they're going to deal with in the East early. And, in fact, you're going to see Philly, Indiana, and Cleveland early and then not see them again until later in the year. So early on, a lot of the rivals right out of the gate.
Jackson Dart spoke. We'll have that coming up next. That Guy Thursday at 4:30, ENN at 6. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg till 7 o'clock here on ESPN New York.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
Miller time. People think it just happens, but that's not true. You know what you gotta do? You gotta go say hello with some beers. Make the plans. Forget the couch. Go to that thing. Play the game. See him in person. Talk to that stranger. Live a little. Small acts of rebellion that bring us together. Because legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Right now, police are stepping up patrols to make sure drivers and pedestrians obey our crosswalk laws. Why? Because every year in New York, people are injured or killed just crossing the street. So remember, pedestrians, obey traffic signals and use crosswalks. And drivers, yield to pedestrians in crosswalks. If you don't, we will educate you on the law, and you may get a ticket, because tickets get attention, and that saves lives. A message from the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
4 o'clock in the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you till 7 today. Mets off. Yankees are going to the 8th inning down 1-0 to the Mariners. And we'll be all over the Yankees when that game is over. 4:30 we'll have that guy Thursday. Anthony Pusick in for the vacationing Peter Rosenberg with ENN coming up at 6 o'clock. Peter will be back on Monday. As a matter of fact, Monday is going to be a big day. All three of us will be together again for the first time in nearly a month. So we're looking forward to that. But Jackson Dart spoke today at Giants camp, and he talked about how camp has been so far.
I'm excited 3 weeks in. I feel like time in Greenbrier, just like you never knew what day it was. But I'm really excited. I'm happy with where we're at as a team. The guys are putting in really good work, and I think that, obviously we have a lot more room to improve in certain areas, but where we're at right now, I'm really excited, and I think guys are doing a great job.
No, everybody has praised West Virginia. I wonder, would they consider doing it every year?
Remember, Harbaugh did that in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
That was his thing.
And, of course,
they did it this year because of the construction going on.
Right, and I'm just wondering if this is something that they might want to do moving forward.
It was always the thing back in the day, right? Like the Giants would go to Albany, the Jets would go to Cortland, right? Like it was always
just get everybody out.
Let's get away. Let's just get together. The stuff I was seeing or reading when it came to that camp that they did in West Virginia right now, 10 days, 11 days, whatever it was a lot of the players talking about the time not on the field but off the field, being able to spend with teammates. Because look, when you're home and you're doing training camp, when practice is done, what are you doing? You're going back to your house.
Mm-hmm.
You're not hanging around. You're not in a hotel with teammates, going to dinner, planning things because you're not home. The guys who are veterans who have family and you have homes in the area, you're going home. But they couldn't there. So they were kind of forced to get closer to each other, spend more time together. And that can help with unity on the team, right?
Yeah, of course.
But they've gotten away with that away from that in the NFL for various reasons. Some because veterans hate going away.
Yeah. Well,
also because, Don, when you put millions into facilities in Florham Park and what the amount of money they're spending right now at where the Giants are, East Rutherford, we're using this place. Why are we going away? Everything we need is right here. So,
and you're right. The veterans don't like it.
No.
Albany was interesting. Players would complain. 'Cause, like, if you're trying to make the team, you're sitting in like a dorm, right? That's where you're sleeping.
Well, that used
sleeping
to be
on
the
a
way.
twin bed,
The old days.
and with your legs hanging off the off the mattress, and what do we hear? You hear it in the NBA. I hear it in the NHL. Michael always just talked about it with baseball. You get one of those long road trips, and the coaches would get excited saying, this is a chance for the team to kind of bond, get together. When you go on those road trips, spend more time together.
It's true.
When you guys are home, everybody kind of parts ways. They go back to their families or they go out, and you get the little cliques going. But when you're on the road, everybody's together. I used to see with the Rangers and now with the Devils, like guys leaving the hotel, they're going out to dinner, they're going to different things and all that. And it's a bonding moment. You really don't have that in the NFL. Because the NFL, it's one-off, right? You go through walkthroughs on Saturday, you get on the plane, you fly to wherever you're playing, right?
Yeah.
You get up, you go to the game, game's over, you get on the plane, you go home, right? There is no off night because they usually leave a little later on Saturday. They might have like one dinner, but it's not like you get several days away.
You don't get several. Bart said that usually like the positions will have like one night a week where it's like we're having dinner at this guy's house and we're playing cards and we're just going to hang out like as a group. Like usually it's one of the captains will host, right? And everybody just comes in. Bart used to say that was always a fun night. And that's what you would do during a season. The one night, usually it's later in the week before a game that you would just get together as a position group. But you're right.
Well, but as a position group, right? Because you've got 53 guys traveling. Yeah. But like a hockey team, 20 guys will go out. They'll have a rookie dinner night, or maybe not everybody, but the majority of the team will spend some time together.
Very rare that players stay in and eat in the hotel.
Yeah.
Although, be honest with you, I don't know how this is in the NHL, but in the NBA now, most of the time they get a ballroom, or they get two of them. One is taped off and it's your walkthrough. And then the other one is where all the food is.
Yeah.
And you, as a player, you can come down all day long and you'll get food. It's almost like you don't need to leave the hotel. You stay here. And so I don't think this generation goes out as much as they used to.
It's funny. I mean, and I guess this happened because there's 32 teams. I only worked with 2 of them, but they both did the same thing. Like, I'll get up in the morning. I like, especially when I have to do the show at an arena or whatever.
Yeah.
I like to have a big breakfast because I don't know, I'm not maybe afforded lunch. And then sometimes I don't even have dinner because I've got to do the game and I won't eat again until after the game. So I try to fill up and get a nice breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to the hotel and I'll get a good breakfast. I'll go downstairs and go to the hotel.
Yeah.
The players are there, but there's a separate room that they go in and they have breakfast.
That's their catering.
Right. And that's kind of there for them basically over several hours because not everybody gets up at the same time.
No, they're told that between here and here you can get breakfast.
Yeah.
And then from here and here is when lunch is available. Like usually after the shoot around a morning skate.
Yeah.
Come back and this will all be set up for you. And then sometimes there's like stuff for pregame before the buses leave. You can get here. And then post, get back to the hotel if they don't fly out.
If they're not flying out, there's also
On the plane you'll get
not
food.
for me, but for the players.
On the plane you'll get food, or if we're staying over and leaving in the morning, then you can come back after the game. And it's like usually it's phenomenal. So it's a little different now.
And on the plane.
But everybody's sitting together, like tables, everybody's sitting together, so there still is that camaraderie.
And if you're on a road trip where you're going to different cities, you're on the plane.
Yeah.
Those guys, they're playing cards, they're hanging out together. All the players sit together.
Right.
Like in the NFL, and I never was on an NFL charter, but I know enough people who were, is that, it's the one trip. You go home right after the game, and, who's getting treatment, who's like, the guys are banged up. They just played a football game,
They're shot.
I'm sure they're playing cards and doing other things, watching movies, but some of them are just like passed out, and then you fly home. So you don't have that camaraderie that you get for the couple of weeks that they were in West Virginia. Everybody's together, the kumbaya kind of moment. And I just wonder, moving forward, whether John Harbaugh is going to say, let's go to West Virginia every year. I'm sure the guys that cover the Giants aren't going to be happy with that. Because, like, Albany was one thing. All right, it's a couple-hour ride. Even going to Cortland was like 3.5. It was rough.
Yeah.
But West Virginia, that's like a 6-hour drive. You're probably flying.
We did training camp there one year with the Islanders, Wheeling.
Okay.
That was quite something.
Do tell.
No. There's a lot of things. That was hotel, no-tell.
Okay, that's good.
A lot of things
well, no
from
tell.
that
Well, maybe
camp.
on the air. I'll see if I can pry it away from Alan.
Never share on the air.
Off the air. Jackson Dart on all the experience on the coaching staff.
I think it's so cool. I think it's so cool that, we have as many coaches as we do that have had head coaching experience and who have done it at such a high level and who have won Super Bowls, and you get to hear their perspectives. You get to hear their coaching each and every day, and I think that alone, I think, gives this staff a really good edge for us as a team. And I think that as players, we have all the confidence in the world in them being able to put us in the best spots to succeed. So, day in and day out, you're just trying to be a sponge and learn from them as much as you can. And I think the cool thing is that you can go on each side of the ball in all the different areas and learn something with this coaching staff. So definitely really excited about it.
Now, we talked about it yesterday.
It's a great point he's making, though.
Yeah. And that was the gumbo comment from Jameis Winston yesterday. Yeah. It's like a gumbo, all the different coaching and all the experience.
But the experience is the main thing. And when you think about it from that kid's perspective, he's 23 years old. He's still learning, right? He's a puppy in this league still. And he's surrounded by experience. So it's not just, of course, having a guy like Harbaugh, right? It's not just having, Matt Nagy, right? It's not just that. It's having Greg Roman and Brian Callahan around as well. Now, they might not have been great success head coaches, but these are guys that, have been successful as coordinators and coaches in the NFL.
You wouldn't get a sniff as a head coach unless you were a really good assistant coach,
course,
right?
Yeah, and John's not bringing you in if you weren't somebody that had a resume. So for him, think about all the different resources that he has to work with and go to learn from.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
a big deal.
Again, it's also why Aaron Glenn, going to the Jets, looked at his coaching staff after this year and went, no, I got to bring in people that know what they're doing. I can't teach my coaches how to coach because I'm learning how to coach myself.
Exactly. All right. How about Jackson talking about neighbors being back on the practice field?
It's great to have him back out there. I've said this before, he has a certain presence about him anytime he touches the field. And I think the big thing today was also you just saw how excited he was himself to be out there. And, we're in like an ACT style format of a practice, but, he's running all the way down, scoring. And, just can't wait for it to be full go when the time comes.
It's key to get him playing in scrimmage situations, 11 on 11, stuff like that. When they get to a point where they can just kind of like let him free, let him loose, that's so important. And it's getting closer and closer to that.
It feels like he'll be ready, but we'll have to wait and see on that. On Neighbors' impact on the Giants' offense.
I think that he can change the game at any point and at any time. The ball is in his hand, and there's a chance that it could go for 6. And I think that that's just the type of player that he is. That's the skill sets that he has. So, when you have that on offense, it's game changing. And so, whenever his time's right to be back out there with us, I can't wait for it, certainly. And I know that he's just going to make our team that much better.
He's the difference maker.
Of course. Yeah. Playmakers. I mean, we talk so much about quarterbacks, but the quarterback's only as good as the playmakers he's got around him, and they have one in Neighbors that they just got to get him healthy. When you hear Dart speak, are you impressed with him, or how do you feel?
Yeah.
Look, I know this stuff doesn't matter, but there were times where you heard, sometimes you just hear young quarterbacks talk, and you're like, he's just giving me platitudes. He's just saying he's just giving me phrases.
Mm-hmm.
When he talks, how do you react?
Not like he's got it together. He's comfortable in his own skin.
Yep.
This is a city that can eat you alive. And that's when you start to sound rehearsrsed, sound like you're really concerned about what you're saying, because you realize that this is a fan base. This is New York that's going to eat you alive. I remember the turning point for me with Sanchez. Like Mark was very introverted when he first got here. He was a California kid coming to New York and being the 5th overall pick and the whole franchise, everything that was going on. He was very guarded. The turning point for him, to me, I don't even know if you remember this, was, I forget what game it was. I'm sure somebody on social media will remind me. When he came out with the piece of paper, because he wrote all of his comments ahead of time and was reading the answers. That's when he lost me. That's he doesn't get it. He's not ready for this. He just can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who suggested that to him, because I think the Jets PR staff is the best in the business, whether he just did it on his own or somebody thought that was a good idea that he was to do that. And then it just, he feels all the things that Peter doesn't like he seems like a little too relaxed, a little too West Coast, Utah kid. I like that he just seems comfortable.
Yeah, I do
being
too.
who he is,
Yeah.
and he seems ready for this. Now, whether he's going to do it or not is another thing, but he just seems like ready for the task at hand. He understands the importance of this position, and he's ready to tackle it. He's ready to do it.
The first thing you said is, to me, the thing that I think players last year picked up on right away, which is why he was impactful the minute he got into the huddle. First of all, he's not Russ. Let's start there. Russ is Wilson. He was never going to be a guy that rallies the troops. Russell Wilson was never built like that, right? So when the kid gets into the game, the huddle just felt different. And it starts with him being comfortable in his own skin.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not, everybody feeds off of that. He comes in, and I think that's the first thing you like about him. It doesn't mean he's not going to make mistakes. He's young. He's going to do some things, going to say some things, whatever it is. I think he is a little sensitive to criticism. I think that stuff does get to him. A lot of these guys pay way too much attention to it. But if Dart is giving you this sense of him being not arrogant but comfortable with who he is, that's important. Because the rest of it, you have a head coach who knows what he's doing. You have a lot of assistant coaches that know how to prepare a player. And he, for all the other, if you want to knock him on his size, or, is he as accurate, or does he have a big arm? He processes well. He studies well. Everything's set up for him to be successful. That's, to me, the biggest thing.
Yeah,
and
now
at
you
the
got to go out and do
podium
it.
in New York, what did I say? The biggest thing I want to watch with him is, how does he handle it? Right now, it's training camp. Everything's easy. Last year, you were the new kid that everybody wanted to see succeed. So everybody was supporting you. But now you got to win. And if you don't, they're going to point fingers at you as the reason why they're not winning.
Of course.
How do you handle that?
Now, a kid that I thought handled it very well was Daniel Jones. He just couldn't stay healthy. And he just wasn't good enough. But and the Giants, and I still believe that.
But Jones wasn't a guy that went in the huddle and everybody was like,
no, but he said all the right things. Listen, he was drafted because he looked like he was Eli Light. Like he's going to handle it. And I don't think he didn't handle it. It's just that he wasn't good enough and he got hurt.
Yeah.
I still think he's a good quarterback. It's just not good enough for what they were trying to do. And so, you're right. He's going to eventually have to figure it out on the field itself. All right, John Harbaugh's philosophy on playing starters in the preseason. That should be good.
I value first-team reps very much, and you have to measure that against the risk. So there is risk as well, and that's part of it too. And you have to make that decision. In the past 3 or 4 years, we didn't play hardly any starters. Before that, we would play a series or two. We usually went even all 3 games. Way back when we had we kind of brought from Andy, it was the way we worked it, and Andy had the most reps were like in the 3rd preseason game. Then the 4th preseason game, those guys only played 1 series. So there's a lot of formulas. People use a lot of different formulas. Our formula was pretty much to spread the reps out evenly through the 3 games for the guys that needed to play, and we have a plan for that right now by guy, and that's what we'll do.
And that's the same philosophy that Aaron Glenn had. They're going to come up with a designated amount of time that they're going to play, and everybody's going to play pretty much the same. And there's just not going to be a lot to see out of the preseason.
How do you feel about that? That's where we're going now. You're just not seeing anybody.
I believe that there's a lot of things that have conspired to make the first month of the football season almost unwatchable. And nobody wants to say that because football's so popular and the ratings are through the roof and we all love that it's back. But I think anybody that has a discerning eye realizes that the game is sloppy because they're not prepared.
I agree.
They don't do the 2-a-days anymore. They practice less in pads. All this was figured out during the CBAs, and this is something the players fought to not work as hard in camp, and they also don't want to risk injury in preseason. And if you've taken preseason games away, hey, when I was a kid, really young, they had 6 preseason games. I thought that was ridiculous, but then it went to 4. Now it's down to 3, and then eventually when they go to the 18-game schedule, they're going to go to 2. And Steve Young used to always come on the K Show and tell us about how the first month of the season, now probably the first 5-6 weeks of the season, is like glorified preseason. These guys aren't ready for the contact, and it's sloppy. But unfortunately, those games still matter. Losses for the Jets and the Giants in September can cost them a playoff spot.
That 0-3 thing used to
December.
be a big stat, remember?
Yeah.
0-3 was the death knell, and now it really isn't anymore. Bill Belichick used to treat the first couple of weeks of the season as if it's still preseason, still putting in things, still changing, still figuring out his lineup. Belichick with the Patriots, remember, they would notoriously be slow starters.
Yeah.
But it was because he protected his players in preseason, and then he would just keep just nitpicking the offense and defense, mostly the defense, through the early part, and then they would hit their stride middle of this year and then forget it. They'd just be on their way. Now, there was years where they were just so freaking good, it didn't matter. But there was always a thought in New England that Belichick treated the first 3-4 weeks of the season as if it was still preseason to him, that he did not look at winning. He looked at building the team. Not that he didn't try to win, but you know what I mean.
No, of course. It was still all part of the evaluation.
Yes,
and now you've got 17 games, so it's not the death knell to start 0-3. For a team like, that's really good, like Seattle can get up from it if they started 0-3.
Of course.
I don't think the Jets or Giants can get up from, starting 0-3. That would be a real bad thing
games,
for them.
It's a little different.
No,
right?
it's a little different.
Yeah.
And then when eventually they go to 18. But you're talking about just evaluating. I'm talking about penalties and just turnovers and just sloppy play. Because I just don't think the guys are just ready. Because now you go 0-60. Now it's game 1, and now it's on. It's for real, and you haven't had that since the last time you played a year ago.
Right.
Harbaugh talked about neighbors getting into drills at Giants practice.
I feel like the players were excited when we talked about it in meetings this morning. They were excited. They were giving him a hard time at practice, but everybody was happy that he was out there because it's a big step. It's a big step to get into team drills, So for him to do that was a milestone, I would say, for our team.
Everything seems to be pointing to the fact that he should be ready on opening day. Now, whether he's going to be 100%, whether it's a good idea to have him out there at less than 100%. I know it's a big game. It's the Cowboys, divisional, national television, home game. You don't want to give these things up. But when you consider what's ahead, I think you want to be 2-2 going into the Commanders game in Week 5. You could do that losing to the Cowboys. You could do that losing to the Cowboys and the Rams the first 2 games of the season. I know they catch a break with the Rams coming back from Australia, but you're taking on the Dallas Cowboys, a team you never beat on national television, and now a team in the Rams who everybody's pegged to go to the Super Bowl. They could play great and be 0-2.
Yes.
But I want to make sure they win the next 2 and that they're 2-2 going into Week 5. So I don't want to push Neighbors. It'd be nice to see him out there, but I don't think it's the end-all, be-all if he's not.
No, and they'll limit how many snaps he sees, but think about where we were in going into July with him.
It's like will we see him at all in the first month and a half? Maybe will we see him at all, period.
And now Anthony's bet might actually, he's saying we're going to see Neighbors before we see Aaron Judge. September 13th. It's not crazy.
No, it's not crazy.
It feels very accurate.
Feels
real. Judge will have a ramp-up period before they let him play in a Major League game.
Yeah, if they announce today he's ready, he still has another, 10 days to get revved back up. So and
it's August 13th.
He's not close to actually getting to that point yet.
So it's amazing. A month from now, you could see Neighbors in a regular season game and not see Judge yet in a regular season game. Very possible.
There's a distinct possibility for sure.
And that's crazy.
That guy Thursday, and we're in lockstep with it, and it's going to be very, very interesting. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Take you up until 7 o'clock here on ESPN New York.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Buster only joins us. Who is a team in the American League right now that should scare Yankees fans a little bit?
All of them. There's so much parity in the American League, it's kind of crazy. So if you told me that the Yankees reached the World Series, I wouldn't be shocked. And if you told me they got knocked out in the first round, that wouldn't shock me either. I don't think they have any idea what they're going to get out of Judge and Stan the rest of the year. Like none.
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
There you were, surrounded by fans. Everybody remembers the game. Nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you. Till a few days later, at 2 a.m., you wake up with a fever and your throat's on fire. Now what? Urgent care? Closed. ER? Slammed. Telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You needed a medical emergency kit. These aren't first aid kits. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions. Sinus and ear infection, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more on hand before you need them. Use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care and drugstore at home. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you'd ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This August, don't miss the Big 5 spin-off and your chance to win your share of $55,550. Be here on Friday, August 7th and 28th from 3 to 7 p.m. when one lucky winner will be drawn every hour to select 4 balls from the lottery drum to win up to $5,555 cash. Don't miss the Big 5 spin-off where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Yanks game going to be wrapping up pretty soon in the Bronx and already bumper to bumper on the Deegan northbound, heading over to the outbound George. Packed ride heading over to the Cross Bronx from right before the stadium. Inbound George still looking good. No issues at all for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln already about 20 to 30 minutes. Outbound Hahn at least a half-hour ride. Slow crawl on the Cross Island northbound in Queens. A crash right before Francis Lewis Boulevard. Delays there starting to back up to the Bayside Marina. Belt westbound bunched up heading over to the Verrazano in Brooklyn from Flatbush Avenue. You stay on the brakes on the Staten Island Expressway westbound through to the West Shore. This report is sponsored by AirTasker. Mornings at the house are impossible, and now the sink starts leaking. So post-test on AirTasker. Soon the sink is fixed and you're out the door. Go to airtasker.com or download the app today. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
We all have that one friend.
I'm talking about the yo-yos who set themselves on fire and bathe in pork and beans.
Or know that one person.
I'm here with my family.
Who can't help but be.
He's not cool. His voice is weird. He's kind of a dork. His brother's a tool. His girlfriend's annoying.
That guy.
I didn't know it was banner night. We won't be out for that.
It's time for That Guy Thursday.
Hey guys, anyone want to play some ball?
With Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
He's just being that guy.
Well, this is a day you wish Peter were here because that guy is Jaden Daniels. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen the story, but LSU starting quarterback DJ Pickett is wearing number 5, which was Jaden Daniels' number.
Oh, boy.
Jaden Daniels' number 5 was not retired by LSU. I guess the understanding from the Daniels camp was that no one would wear it. Like Joe Burrow's number's retired. Well, Joe Burrow won a national championship at LSU.
Yeah.
I understand that Daniels won a Heisman, but that's more of an individual award. It's not a national championship.
No.
But, all right, it's one thing to be a little upset in a way about it. Maybe make a comment like, boy, that surprised me. Or say something like, I think that's disrespectful. But to file suit, that's what we're looking at here. Here's the statement from Jaden Daniels. Remember, his mom is his agent.
So they filed a lawsuit.
Well, this is what they're doing.
Okay.
The Daniels family is deeply disappointed and feels profoundly disrespected by LSU's decision to give Jaden's number to another player. Jaden and his family had every reason to believe that his number would remain a meaningful part of his LSU legacy and would be honored and protected in recognition of his extraordinary contributions to the university. Jaden made it clear that he did not want his number given to another player, and he believes his wishes would be respected. His Heisman Trophy winning season and everything he accomplished on and off the field cemented his place in LSU history. To see his number given to another player is incredibly disappointing and feels like a failure to honor the significance of what Jaden accomplished at LSU. So
it's a cease and desist on all on his NIL.
Yes,
They cannot. So LSU can no longer use his name, image, or likeness on anything that promotes their program anymore. And in fact, also, they've asked LSU to now send him the Heisman that they have on display.
Right. So
give me my trophy back, and you can't use me, my image, my name, anything about me to promote your program anymore. So this is a full-on divorce from LSU.
See, don't you think that's a bit too far?
It feels like a lot. And it also, the little I know about the player, the guy, this doesn't sound like him. This sounds like others around him. Right?
Yep.
The kid, by the way, DJ Pickett, he's not giving his number back.
So
this
wants
has
to
gone
wear
that
it.
far. Yeah, the dad spoke up. The dad said something about this too. So now it's all out war now, right?
It just comes across as just so petty. I understand you can be disappointed. We've seen players many times express their disappointment that their number isn't retired, or they didn't go to the All-Star game, or they felt disrespected in some way, shape, or form. But to now be this petty is ridiculous.
The quote is from the father. This makes him want to wear. No, actually, the father said, "This makes us want to wear the number now even more."
Lane Kiffin,
the kid hasn't even done anything yet.
Head coach at LSU, on Jaden Daniels, number 5, and if number 9 would be allowed to be taken.
Be disappointed if that wasn't the first question. I commented a week ago on that, and so that's the comment that I had, and we're moving forward.
It's just to ask one more question, just to understand numbers. If someone were to ask for number 9, would that be on the table for you? How would you handle that situation when a player asks for that?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. There's a lot to numbers, and whether they're retired, whether they're not, and different versions, and so I don't have an answer.
9 is Burrow's number.
Yeah, and Burrow won a national championship.
Oh, yeah. Did they lose, by the way? Didn't he go 15-0 or
15-0. They were undefeated. Won the national championship. Now, they don't retire numbers at LSU, but nobody has worn number 9 since he left in 2019. And unfortunately for Jaden Daniels, he was not afforded the same luxury.
I just love that the kid took the number, and now his father's like, "Oh, this makes us want to wear it even more."
But here's the thing.
Like, damn.
Now, you could say that maybe DJ's being that guy too.
Or the dad is.
And especially doubling down the way that he did. But look at how far Jaden's going. Yeah, because how does it not look disrespectful to his son? It's like, listen, why don't you see the kid play? Maybe he's going to be better than you.
Well, you're saying have a little grace, right?
Yeah.
Just say, hey, yeah, wear it with pride, man. But we don't know, was there any type of agreement when he left that somebody said to him, no one's ever going to wear 5 here again?
Or was that stated by him in his defense?
I did not see that.
Has it just been, I can't believe all that because when I'm looking at his side, which I guess would be his mom, but in the statement of all that he accomplished, the Heisman Trophy, what he did on and off the field, it wasn't like, hey, I was promised nobody was going to wear that number. They don't retire numbers. Now, you could assume that your number is not going to be worn, and it wasn't for a while, but now it is. Burrow's hasn't. I'm sorry. Burrow's better. Burrow won a national championship. All right, you won a Heisman Trophy, but Burrow won a national championship. From an LSU standpoint, what's more important?
So
I'm not telling you not to be disappointed. You could be disappointed. You could even be upset about it. But to go as far as the legislation that he's going through to do this, to me, is just petty and being that guy.
Yeah. He's scorched earth. And the other part of it, too, is, again, this is the fault of the program. Because you can't fault the kid, DJ Pickett, the cornerback, because he was told. Because look, when you're going to a school, there's a lot of things that they'll do for you, right? What do you want to come here? Because we know now at the big time level, it's money and everything else, and it's like, what number you want? I want number 5. All right, you got it. All right, yeah, you got it.
Well, yeah.
Instead of somebody going, well, I mean, that's Jaden Daniels' number, man. But if we're going to lose a recruit over the fact that Texas Tech said I could wear 5. Like, seriously? Like that? We're going to lose a recruit over a number? So do you reach out to Jaden Daniels and say, hey, listen, we got this 5-star kid, and he wants to wear 5. Can you give the blessing? But I guess LSU didn't even bother to do that.
I don't blame the kid because if you remember with the Mets and Ewing, when he was given 8, I never said anything about Ewing. He didn't know any better. He was given a number. He wore it.
Yeah.
It was the Mets that screwed up offering him the number 8 to begin with. Shouldn't have any problem with the kid. If you have a problem with LSU, have a problem with him.
No, was it who was it? No, was it Ewing?
I thought it was Ewing.
No. Was it Benj? No, it wasn't. There was another guy that got a number. It was who was it? It wasn't either one of them. Oh my God!
But they got 8.
Yeah, that got 8, and
I thought it was Ewing.
It was a whole thing. I thought Ewing was wearing.
Well, he didn't wear it. I think he wore it the one game, and then they changed it. They succumbed to the pressure.
But didn't he say he didn't know?
He didn't know. Why would he know? Stuff. Gary Carter hadn't played for the Mets in 30 years.
It was Nick Morabito.
That's who it was.
Yeah,
I thought it was.
Ewing,
yeah. It ended up being somebody that.
I remember.
Yeah, that's what it was. Good job, Jacob.
I wanted Ewing to wear 33.
That's right. That's right. No, that's right. But I never blamed him because he's just being offered a number.
He had no idea.
I think we get. I like Jaden Daniels. I think he's a hell of a player.
Mm-hmm.
But you just come across as just so petty. You could be disappointed. And this all just comes back. His mom's the agent. I'm sure his mom's the one doing all this. And then if you're Jaden Daniels, what are you going to tell your mom to shut up? You should, but it's hard to do.
Take control of your
And obviously
career.
you don't want to say that to her because she's your agent.
But let's just go macro view. Honestly, what does this do for Jaden Daniels long term? What does this do for him? Does this suddenly now, do you look at him and say, here's a guy that fought for something and good for him to stick up for himself? Or do we now go man, this looks really petty. What are you getting out of this?
I don't.
Long term, what does he get out of this? What does he get out of it? He gets nothing out of it. He loses a connection to a place, a college that he was associated with, they had great success with, right? So now that connection, he's just burned that bridge by doing this. Spitefully.
Right.
What does this do for him?
It does nothing for him.
On a positive level.
Even if they cave.
On a positive, what is it? It does nothing for him. So this is that don't press send, Herm Edwards. This does nothing positive for you.
I swear to God.
Why do it?
Some of these players, I guess they're just so used to always getting their way. Every temper tantrum they have is that they get what they need. And the relationship with the mom, it's probably Mom, they're not retiring my number. Let's do something about that.
I don't think that happened.
But it's just so. But no, you got to shut it down though.
I think somebody
if your mom wants, but Daniels has to say, I'm above this. I got a football season to get ready for. I can't worry about what I did at LSU. I'm a commander now. I got a Super Bowl to win. Last time I was healthy, I was playing in a championship game against the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm coming off an injury-plagued season. This is a big year for us. I'm focused on that. Spending time on what happened in the past and feeling like you're disrespected because somebody else is wearing your number to the point that you're going to go as far as you're going to go. It's one thing to express your disappointment. It's one thing to say, I don't like it. Even if you wanted to cut ties with LSU, whatever, it'd be babyish. But now, not allowing them to use your likeness and all, it just, come on, man, really? Really?
You're offended.
And then when you tell me, and this is always the defense, well, it's his handlers, it's his mom. He's a grown-ass man. He could tell all of his people, listen, shut this down now. I don't care. Let the kid wear number 5. I don't go to LSU anymore. I'm disappointed, but you know what? I got bigger fish to fry here. Trying to get my number retired in Washington and winning their first Super Bowl in 3 decades. And following up my rookie season and trying to forget about a disappointing injury-plagued season. There's nothing else on my mind but that.
Well, he had a statement. By the way, the lawyerese of profoundly disrespected. There's a lot of things that can profoundly disrespect you as a human. A number shouldn't be that. But Daniels posted something on Instagram, a message that Adam Schefter has shared. He said, this is Jaden Daniels saying, I've been locked in on training camp, and that's been my number one focus. I have a lot of gratitude for my time at LSU, and I'm proud of what my teammates and I accomplished there. Obviously, there are issues to be worked out between my team and LSU, and my hope is that it will be done privately. My sole personal focus is on Commanders football. I realize the business of football is unique, and I trust that this can all be resolved. So he said issues to be worked out between my team and LSU. So what he's saying is, my team. Now, is his mother's his agent?
Mm-hmm.
So she's part of his team.
Yeah.
There's probably a lawyer involved in this, part of his team. So my team is his way of saying, this is not me.
Well, you know what? That's got to come before the fact, not after the fact. Because when it comes after the fact, Alan, then it kind of feels like, well, now I got to do damage control.
He said I wanted this to be private, but it can't be private because it's a state school. So that's public information that you did a cease and desist.
Now, you could tell me, and listen, I'll apologize to Daniel for ripping him if I were to find out he had no idea. They did this all behind his back.
Would you be shocked if
I would be shocked that a grown man would have all this going on without his knowledge of what's going on.
His mother went with him on a date.
I understand that
was publicized.
But to not let him know, to do this behind his back, that is a complete injustice to him. Now, I can't imagine that would happen, that somebody wouldn't have said to him, Jay, do you know what your mom's doing? She's gonna go scorched earth on LSU. And he'd be like, listen, stop it.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. Now, maybe they went behind his back. And if they did, hey, I'm not going to get mad at Jaden, but I'm going to say, dude, get your life in order, man. Do not have people who represent you go rogue, because it's going to fall on you.
Well,
nobody cares about his handlers. Nobody cares about his mom. This is a Jaden Daniels problem. Jaden Daniels is unhappy that his number 5 wasn't retired by LSU. He may not care, but that's all anybody's going to think when your handlers go rogue. Listen, I have an agent. Alan has an agent. It's not to the level of a professional athlete, but they don't do anything without letting me know.
Yep.
Because they represent me. They work for me, not the other way around. Now, Russ is not my dad. Okay, he's my agent. There's a difference. It's family. But even my father, my mom, I would not think they'd go behind my back and do something like this publicly without letting me know they're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they did, that's a bad job out of Daniels for allowing his team to be able to go behind his back like that. What I think really happened is, do what you want, because he probably can't tell his mom no. So it's a hard thing to do. I get it. It's family. Now that it comes after the fact, though, if you're that unhappy about it, if you wished it was private, all you got to do is tell your handlers, do this behind closed doors, or don't do it at all. The fact that it came after the fact just shows that it's spineless. You had the chance to shut this down. This is you. That's your number. It's your likeness and image. It's your professionalism that's back right now being tested. That's a bad job out of them if they did it behind his back.
Well, yeah. I got to imagine that he was aware, but maybe not to this extent. He probably thought like this was going to be, we'll keep it private. But because, again, it's a state school, I mean, information is obviously available, and it's not going to be quiet because of the pettiness of it. And Lane Kiffin is just like, what I told you.
He's a tool as well.
But Kiffin said, he's like, no, we promised the number to the kid. This was a part of the recruiting process. We had to honor the promise.
And this is the
Kiffin
problem.
probably was like, I don't know any promises that were made to Jaden Daniels.
This is what you have to – LSU does not retire numbers.
Yeah.
So you have to know as a player that the day may come, no matter what guarantees you've been given,
2 years later, though,
is that your number can still be given away because they don't retire numbers. If you don't want numbers to be given away, then retire them. It's the same thing. Like, listen, the Mets did a bad job by giving the 8 to the kid.
Yeah.
But if it's that big of a deal, then retire the damn number. But if you're not going to retire the number, then things like this are going to happen. So if LSU does not want to have this happen, well, maybe retire number 9 so we don't have an issue with Burrow in a couple of years. But if you're not going to retire numbers, this is the garbage that's going to take place.
Profoundly disrespectful.
Oh, my God. But you just like, who the hell are you? So you won a Heisman Trophy. You know, Burrow won a national championship. Yeah, you did a lot of great things. They don't retire numbers. You're the only player that played for LSU that has the number worn by somebody else? Oh. I'm sorry, he's that guy. And I like him. I'm a fan. I think he's a good player.
Yeah, but you're
dude, you can't let your family and your handlers and your agent go rogue. You got to be in control of your life, man, because at the end of the day, the only public person is you. Nobody knows your agents. Nobody knows your handlers. Nobody knows your mom. They know you, Jaden Daniels. It's you. It's your brand. It's your name. It's your face. The damage will be on your head. Get control of your crap, man.
Mm-hmm. It shows you he's not in control, that he's leaving it in control. And as I said, these are decisions you make, and you simply ask, what's it worth? Like, what is it? What is the positive I'm getting out of this? And the only positive you're getting is you get what you want.
And, dude.
And you look bad.
This will probably get me in trouble.
Oh.
But moms are very, very important.
Of course.
And I know it's hard to say no to your mom. And your mom protects you, and she cares for you, and she's supposed to do the right thing. But at some point in your life, you got to take control, man. You just can't be like, well, that's my mom, and I trust that she would do the right thing. Well, you know what? She didn't do the right thing. She didn't do right by you. She probably thought she did, and her intentions were probably pure.
But she got emotional.
But, dude, you're a grown-ass man. You've got to take control of your business. You're not 8 years old relying on your mom to wipe your nose.
Once again, when it's business, it can't be emotional. And that's the problem with having a sibling, having a mother, having a parent, having a relative represent you, is that it becomes emotional. And that's a difficult place to be. Yeah, there's trust because it's family and you got to trust family.
No.
But it also is emotional, and sometimes in business, it's the worst thing to have.
1-800-919-3776. The Yankees lost 1-0, so we're going to react to that as well. ENN at 6. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. Plus, another study found Amazon Prescription Pass customers pay nearly 1/3 less out of pocket. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. ServiceTitan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries ready to stop operating and start automating. ServiceTitan, AI for the trades.
Rich Eisen here with some advice. If high-interest credit card debt is grinding you down, it might be time to call an audible with a SoFi personal loan. It consolidates your debt into one low monthly payment with no fees required. And with as soon as the same-day funding, you can make the right play fast. Call an audible on your debt today at SoFi.com/debtplay. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debtplay.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money, so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000. Use code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off, and you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you till 7 today. Full frontal. 1-800-919-3776. We'll get to the Yankees who lost 1-0. They were 4-hit today.
It's like every time you think, hey, something's starting to turn, you get another game like this where you get a great start from a pitcher, and the offense is just nothing.
Yeah, and it happened in the Atlanta series, right, where they lost 2-1. They just could not, in extra innings, they only got the one run today. They get shut out. Listen, they're not a great offensive team.
Yeah, but
they're still winning more than they're losing. They're exploiting bullpens. They didn't today.
They have 4 hits. Come on.
I know.
0 for 5 runners in scoring position.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't good.
They had opportunities, and that game, by the way, ended in a blink. Absolutely ended in a blink.
Top of the 8th inning, Boston up 1-0 on Toronto. So we'll see if the Red Sox can gain a game and get to within 3 of the Yankees for that first wild card. But we're talking about the Jaden Daniels situation, and Kadeem in the car wants to talk about it. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Kadeem?
Gentlemen, good to hear from you. Good afternoon.
Good to hear from you.
For my voice, appreciate that. I've been under the weather this week, so forgive the voice a little bit. But what are we doing? I mean, does Jaden Daniels realize LSU literally has a tradition where they have a number 7, that they give and distribute to the best player every year. Like, if they don't retire number 7, they give it to Matthew, Peterson, all those guys. LSU also, and in fairness to him, I guess if he had a agreement with Brian Kelly that no one would use 5, sure. Is Brian Kelly still the coach of LSU? I don't know.
Right. Lane Kiffin's like, that's not. I didn't make that promise. It was somebody else's promise.
He owes him nothing. And, gentlemen, do you guys know who wears number 15 at Florida? You have any idea?
Not off
exactly.
The top of my head,
it's a freshman cornerback and a redshirt sophomore tight end. So nobody cares about that. And finally, there's a clip, because me and my buddies were talking about it earlier. Michael Irvin says, he was saying about it, this is like a while back, but he was saying, I would never want my number 88 retired because, once I pass, I'll say, oh, there's Michael Irvin in the rafters, back to the game. Now, every time somebody wears 88 on the Cowboys, if they drop a pass, they say Michael Irvin wouldn't have dropped that pass. If they make a great play, they say, oh, well, yeah, that play looks like Michael Irvin. So, Jaden, just let's take a breath.
Well,
take a breath.
If you notice,
it's a great call, Kadeem.
Yeah, it is. If you notice around the NFL, usually they've gone now to the Ring of Honor, because I don't know if anybody noticed, they're kind of reluctant to go to a third number, like 3 digits on the jersey. So you literally only have 99 jerseys that you could wear.
Right.
And because in the NFL you've got a 53-man roster, there's only so many numbers to go around.
Don't they have, like, in right now in preseason, aren't there, like, the same number on offense and defense?
Oh,
like,
yeah,
you're
you
gonna
see that all the time,
same
for sure.
number. Yeah.
And I think Lawrence Taylor wore like 98 in the preseason before in 81. And now in college, you got even more players.
Yeah.
You got like 100 players.
Yeah, it's insane.
So it's really difficult to retire numbers. They put you up in the Ring of Honor. And maybe there was some promise, the previous regime, maybe they did say nobody's ever going to wear number 5. I'm sure it was said to him. But when a different regime comes in and Lane Kiffin comes in and he doesn't care, and you're recruiting guys and the guy wants to wear number 5.
I'm trying to bring a cornerback in here, and if he wants to wear 5, I'm going to tell him no, and he's going to go to another school.
And I know Lane can always be that guy.
Yeah.
Going back to his Raider days. But the reason he didn't answer the Joe Burrow number 9 question is because he doesn't know what's going to happen in the future. There might be a guy that threw for 1 billion yards in high school. He's trying to recruit and says, I really want to wear number 9, and they might have to give it to him.
Yeah.
Because you're sitting there in the living room and you can offer the money now, so it's a little bit different.
Money
but
doesn't
still,
mean anything
they
at
go
this
anywhere.
point.
And so if a guy says, "Listen, I'll go to LSU if you give me number 9," Lane Kiffin's going to here's number 9.
Yeah, like it's $3 million, but I want jersey number 9. The other school is also offering $3 million, and they have 9 available. And you're like, well,
and the retired number. And I'm telling you, the retired number stuff. We've had this conversation before. At some point, it'll be long after we're gone.
Yeah.
Unless the Yankees want to go to 3 digits.
You think somebody's going to wear 7?
They're going to have a moment.
Really think
where
so?
They're going to say, we're going to reintroduce
Didn't we do
3 and 5 and 4 and 7, because they're going to look at it and go, there is no one on the planet alive that saw Babe Ruth play. Okay, so it's time now. Okay, we're going to have to.
Didn't we do this?
Yeah.
Didn't we say, what if the jersey number, like it's unretired, but it's the jersey itself, the number's in gold? So that when people go like, why is that number gold?
Well, because it's Ruth's number.
It's the Babe Ruth. So
but we ran out of numbers.
So we had to use it, but we're using it we're honoring it. So we gave it to this player. And by the way, if you're going to wear 3, or 7, like you better be freaking good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you better not suck. But it's sort of like a way to do it. That's a great question to ask going forward. We're going to talk Yankees anyway.
Yeah.
If you reach that point where we're running out of numbers. If you said we're giving this guy number 3 or 7, but the jersey number will be in gold so that it still sort of represents the history of the number, is that acceptable?
It is.
Or would you rather see 101 or double
I wouldn't
zero?
want to see that. And I will tell you this, if I'm that player, I wouldn't want to have a gold number. I wouldn't want that kind of target on my back. But everybody's a little bit different.
That's an option.
1-800-919-3776, getting to the Yankees of it all. We've got lots to get into. Somebody was pointing at me, and I think it was
because I want to tell you about Rings End, of course. Project finished at the house I've been telling you about. Beautiful French door. I got to show you, by the way, the video. Wait till you see it. It's gorgeous. So, yes, the doors, windows, kitchens, all the stuff that you would want to update and upgrade your home. That's what you have your contractor reach out to Rings End, and they'll get you the best, the high-end product lines that contractors like my guy Michael Weldon, who did the job for me, that they rely on. All right, so this is where you go. Rings End has showrooms with products you can touch, feel, and try, so you know exactly what you're getting. They have, by the way, 8 full-service lumber yards in Connecticut and in Westchester County, 12 freestanding paint centers as well, because they are a local company. This is not a national brand that's not going to know the area. They're very, very deep Northeast-rooted business. So if you have a project coming up, you want to talk to your contractor about getting the best products, the best for your home and your project, you want to go to Rings End. You can trust them. I trusted them. And if you want to just check it out, go to ringsend.com. That's ringsend.com.
Also, I want to get to this a little bit later on. Are you ready for this? The sporting news. As we get ready for the Field of Dreams game.
Yes, tonight.
Between the Twins and the Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
The top 30 baseball movies of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Now, listen, everybody gets
30's a lot.
I get in trouble when we'll give you the top 10. We'll give you their top 10 a little bit later on as well. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
What's up, Knicks fans? This is Josh Hart.
Knicks fans, it's Mikal Bridges, and this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Hi, thanks for calling Uline.
Wait, did the phone even ring?
Nope.
Okay, so you answered before the ring. But now you're going to put me on hold, right?
We don't do that here. We're real people answering the phone, ready to help with your order when you are.
Uline has thousands of quality products for your business and warehouse needs, always in stock, ready to ship same day, and backed by Uline's legendary 24/7 customer service. Uline, we warehouse for you.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. The Yanks game wrapped up not too long ago in the Bronx, and just a packed ride on the Deegan northbound, heading over to the outbound George. Hitting the brakes, heading over to the Cross Bronx. Delays there from the Triborough and the Bruckner. Cross Bronx westbound, not much better. You're slammed there from White Plains Road on through. Inbound George in great shape. No delays at all for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 30 minutes. Outbound Helena run you closer to 45. And once you're in Jersey, definitely want to avoid the outbound Skyway. A crash by the Turnpike in Newark. Traffic is at a standstill there and backed up to the Tunnelly Circle. No relief on the Cross Island northbound in Queens. An accident by Francis Lewis Boulevard. Traffic at a standstill there from Bell Boulevard. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
.502 in the big city. Don Hahn and Rosenberg with you until 7. Peter is on vacation. He'll be back with us on Monday. All right, so the Yankees lose, and so they get completely shut down. But they did take 2 out of 3. Last night they scored, what they did against Seattle.
18 and 11, right, in their last 29?
You can't ask for better than that without 3 of your best offensive players. I'm sorry.
I was just hoping this, Don. After last night, there was also that Saturday game against the Braves. There's been pockets where it's like, okay, it looks like they could be an opportunistic offense that doesn't need to rely so much on the home run. I saw that last night. Like a lot of it was just getting good, they were making good contact. They were running the bases well. There was a lot of good stuff happening. Yeah, Grisham had a great night. The night before that, Garcia had a really good night. So someone on every night somebody can have a night, right? And that's all you're looking for. But then there's still pockets of performances like this where, they're not facing Sandy Koufax, and they can't generate anything. And it just does get you frustrated. I was hoping, I said this to Anthony, the game was still early. It was 1-0 early. And I was saying to Anthony, here's my optimism. Remember I said I was going to be Mr. Brightside today about the Yankees because I'm seeing Spencer Jones coming around. Like there's some things that you're seeing that you're hoping can this time, without Judge and without Bellinger, be a time where a couple of players who have been fringe guys, kind of because they're forced to do more, start to find themselves. And so when those guys come back, now all of a sudden this order gets a little bit deeper than it used to be, because those guys now have a little bit of confidence about, hey, I had to perform when these guys weren't here, and now that they're here, the pressure's off me, and I can still do what I'm doing. Like, McMahon has had some moments. I know he's not a great hitter. He's a great fielder. But he's had some moments. He's actually been decent. He's been good. Some clutch at-bats. Garcia has hit the ball really hard. And again, Jones has got my attention. He's versatile. He's a good center fielder. There was a hope of maybe that's what could come from this as they try to survive this stretch. And 18-11 is more than surviving, because the starting pitching has been very good. And another quality start today with Max Fried. He gave up 1 run.
Yeah.
Like that. What are you asking for? 1 run. Weather's been good. Now, Warren wasn't good last night, but
he got bailed out.
But the bullpen was, and the offense bailed him out.
And they had the big 8th and 7th and 8th innings.
They get after your bullpen.
And they get out, and that's what they did in this series. They were really shut down by Seattle starters, but they exposed the bullpen. Didn't do it today.
Right.
Very similar to the Atlanta series. You win the first 2 games, but then you get shut down. Scored 1 run on Sunday in what could have been a sweep of the Braves. Get shut out today in what could have been a sweep of the Mariners. You went 5-4 on the homestand. That's after you lost 2 out of 3 to St. Louis, but then you come back, you take 2 out of 3 from first place Atlanta, took 2 out of 3 from Seattle, who's not very good, but they're still a team that needs these games. Overall, I think you take it. Now, does Aaron Boone take it? He evaluated the 5-4 homestand.
We're just grinding through it right now. We're playing a lot of good teams on the schedule over the last month or so. We're playing these type of games every day, so they've been, close ball games. Even last night when we break out and pull away, it's still a tie game in the 7th. So the good thing is we're very used to playing in those situations, and hopefully, as I've been saying, hopefully that's a good thing for us. But we got to continue to move the needle offensively.
Now, what he means by that is, once you get to the playoffs, these are going to be the games every night.
Yep.
So the fact that they win more than they lose in these situations could bode well in the postseason, because these are the kind of games you want to win. But you can't get around the fact that the Jazz has just not been good this year. He's batting .216, OPS is .687. 0 for 4 today with 3 strikeouts. Boone, why has Jazz struggled offensively this year?
Yeah, I don't know. Missing his pitch a fair amount. Some of the balls that he's hit well have kind of been that one hopper to second base. When maybe he gets a good pitch to drive and do something with. That's the subtlety of this game and baseball. It's... You got to make hay when you get your pitches, and because I feel like overall, he's making fairly good swing decisions. He's not chasing. There's some patience in there, but probably whether it's just missing, maybe a foul off, maybe swinging through more pitches than he's used to again, and just hasn't gone on that hot streak really at any point. The slow start, he's had games here and there. He's got some big hits for us, but hasn't gone on that long stretch where, again, he's really capable of impacting the game in a big way.
0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. Now, last night, in a key moment in the 7th inning, he had a really big at-bat where instead of jumping out of his cleats to try to hit one out because they had walked Ramos, I believe intentionally walked Ramos to load the bases, which he would have – normally he's going up feeling away, like, oh, you're walking somebody to face me. He has that thing going on with sometimes. But instead – he had a very disciplined at-bat, drew a walk, scored a run. That was, again, you like to see that from him, but more times than not, you see somebody that does have some of these undisciplined at-bats going for it too much. And you heard Boone kind of suggested he's so good because he tells you his faults by accentuating his positives. And I think that's what he was doing there about how, he's not doing this, he's not doing that, which means he usually does do that. Jazz is just not going to be the guy going forward.
And the thing is, too, he's not a great offensive player. I mean, he's a career career 243 hitter. Now he's 216, so he's way off that pace. Yeah. And he had 31 home runs last year. He's got 17 this year. So he's having an awful season.
Well, he's costing himself just hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars.
But he's not. He was never a great offensive player to begin with, but now he's really struggled. And you wonder, the whole 50 for 50 thing that he talked about, he really created a lot of expectations around himself. So Boone was asked, has his expectations or Jazz's early season expectations weighed on him?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, he expects to be great, and it's game, but that's part of this game. Like you gotta handle that, and look, different guys say different things publicly, or they're just that. I mean, it's a grind of a season for everyone involved, and you got to be able to handle all the things, and he is. But it's certainly he hasn't found that stretch of play that he's obviously done with us the last couple of years, and that he's accustomed to and that he expects.
There's no question in my mind that the fact that he did not get off to a good start messed with his head.
Yeah.
The fact that he was struggling at the plate messed with his head. And it's definitely now on his mind that I thought I was going to be getting $100 million, $200 million, whatever it is. I was going to get a big deal. We have a work stoppage coming up, and I cost myself a whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
He's feeling that way. You're not human if you aren't thinking about that. Back of your mind that this was my time to cash in, and it didn't happen. He's going to deny it, but I don't care. He's human. He knows this is going to cost him, especially with potential cap system coming on the other side.
And guess where Anthony Volpe's playing?
Second base.
In AAA.
In
second base.
Yeah,
so,
and they say he looks good. Now, again, at the plate, different story. But they say he looks pretty good. He hasn't played second base since he was at Del Barton.
But he's got to start hitting because, again, there's no question about Jazz's glove. He's a really good defender.
Yeah.
So Volpe playing great second base defensively, well, they already got that. They need somebody to be able to hit.
But think about this, too, going forward. Like Garcia, what do they do with him? He did play second base.
Well, maybe that's part of it. I think
he's
Jazz
not good
is
at
gone.
it, but
I don't think he's going to be here unless something turns around or he has a big postseason.
Does this mess with Jazz, too, though, if you think about this? Because apparently Garcia is taking grounders and is, not that he's working at second base, during batting practice, but he is taking grounders. He is there. Boone said he's not ready yet to commit to putting him at second base, but he knows the options available. And if you're Jazz, I already got Caballero breathing down my neck, and now we got this guy comes in. They're bringing in guys to replace me.
You're a New York Yankee, and I know people are disappointed they haven't won since 2009. But if the mission statement is to try to win a championship, I mean, everybody's job is on the line.
Pretty much.
Listen, even Judge when he comes back, are you going to be playing the outfield? Are you going to be a DH? And if he ends up being a DH, that means a lot of good players are not going to. Stan's going to be coming off the bench.
Yep, pinch hitter.
It's about winning. That's what it really comes down to. Now, Logan Gilbert was the starting pitcher for Seattle, 6 innings. Allowed all 4 hits came from him that the Yankees had. Struck out 7, walked 1. Boone's thoughts on the Yankees' offense versus the Seattle starter.
I thought Gilbert was really good. I thought early on we had some good at-bats against him right from jump with Grisham and Jones, smoking balls for outs in the first inning, and then Garcia leads off the second with a double, give us a good scoring opportunity. But from there, we just, weren't able to do much. I thought Gilbert's, who's obviously a really good pitcher, I thought his split was really good today. And, plus he's got 98 to 100 in the tank where I thought he mixed well. But, a couple small opportunities. But, after a handful of at-bats where I felt like we were on him early, he kind of settled in and shut us down.
Well, Boone just said it. They were smoking balls early in the game. Of course you're not going to score.
No, smoking balls.
Oh, I misunderstood.
I know where the show is high, but come on.
It's like, I'm thinking, wait a minute.
It's not even 4:20.
They're high. That's why they couldn't hit the guy.
They were too chill.
They were smoking balls.
Smoking balls. Afternoon game. I'll tell you what, somebody in that stadium in the middle of the afternoon was smoking balls.
I'm sure there was a smell of it.
Garcia with another, a 2 for 4, and he wasn't great last night, but he has been good. He's been good. I know it was a weird, why were you bringing in a lefty? You don't need a lefty, you need a righty, but he's been good.
Well,
he's given them something in the middle of the order.
Buster told the guys in the morning that he was the best available bat. If they weren't going to be giving up Lombard Jr., that was the best available bat.
Yeah.
And they got it. And you mentioned Fried and the struggle. Again, pitched well, allowed 1 run, gets tagged with a loss.
4 strikeouts, 2 walks.
Not amazing, but he gave up 1 run. That should be enough to win a game. And Boone talked about him.
Pretty good. I mean, a lot of longer at bats where I think there were probably a couple of those innings where he had a chance to kind of have a quick inning and they, maybe work their way on or work the foul balls and things like that, so some longer counts, so it made for a longer day out there for him in some put-away situations. But I thought stuff, again, was really good. Got a couple double play balls that helped him. Signed me up for one run, getting us into the middle of the game. We just, obviously weren't able to do much offensively, but I thought he threw the ball pretty well overall.
88 pitches over.
Well, he's still working his way back.
But still, a good sign is that Yarbrough, De Los Santos, and Cruz all were clean.
Yeah.
It's just couldn't get any offense.
Look at this Katie Sharp stat. You see this?
No.
Yankees, that's the fourth time this year. The fourth time since 2025. So this year and last year.
Mm-hmm.
The fourth time the Yankees lost a game 1-0 at the stadium. Fourth time in the last 2 seasons. In the previous 10 seasons.
Oh, no.
From 2015 to 2024.
Let me see.
The Yankees had blank 1-0 losses at Yankee Stadium.
So if it's 4 in 2 years,
4
and
in
that's
2 years.
significant.
Mm-hmm. Not even 2 years, still, but still.
Yeah. Fourth time in 2 years. Is it a ridiculously low number?
It's really ridiculous.
I'm going to go with 5.
5, okay. How about 0?
Come on.
0 times they lost the game 1-0 in the stadium since 2015.
1-0 at the
in
stadium.
10 seasons. In the last 2, this is the 4th time. And there still may be another before the season is over. Who the heck knows?
Holy cow.
Oh, boy. 1-800-919-3776. Let's go to Rob in Florida. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Rob?
What's up?
What up?
I just wanted to comment what you were saying before. So how about with the number retirement 1 through 9, you just put a 0 in front of the number, and that way you can still retire 3, but it's a different number. It's 0 and 3.
Rob, I'm sorry, I hate it. I just 0-9 with just 0-7. It just looked weird.
Why not? Because you're saying that you're going to have the goal number and you're going to unretire it. You don't do that.
But Rob,
not going to retire Babe Ruth's number like Mickey Mantle.
Rob, what's the difference of going? That just make it 70 then. What's the difference? Like, we're trying to get away from weird looking numbers. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, well,
So
wouldn't
what's
that
the
be
difference?
better?
Just giving a number 70 or giving a number 90.
I just talked about I wouldn't want to be the guy that has a gold number because that puts a target on your back. Like, well, the expectations are pretty high. Not only am I wearing Ruth's number, they made it gold.
Yeah,
but
Jazz would do it.
I don't know. 03 is kind of corny. Like,
it's weird.
Am I on the team really, or am I trying out? Well, how about Point Brady? How about that?
I'm wearing 01.
But I like your idea. So now, all right, then you wear 30.
What about a number with the asterisk on it?
The gold thing's interesting, right?
I think it'd be cool. First of all, think of the jersey sales.
Right.
Second of all, it's kind of cool. Now, again, are you giving it to a rookie? No. But if there's a player that's established and that's his number in another place and he comes here.
That would be the point. Like, you don't want to be that guy. Yo, give me 3.
Yeah.
Give me the way Abdul Carter was. Oh, give me 56. Oh, how about 11? What other retired numbers you got? But if you acquired a player in a trade or free agency and his number happened to be 3 or 4 or 7, and he really wanted to hold on to the number, okay, you can have it. Just you got to wear a gold.
What is Trout's number?
That's a great question. I don't know off the top of my head.
He's one of the best players in baseball.
But you know what?
We have no clue what his freaking number is. Isn't that sad?
That's very sad. But it's baseball.
But I'm trying to think of somebody like him, and it's amazing. Like, you can't think if I said it's a double-digit number probably.
Because you don't identify. I don't identify players by number because I can know. I know if Trout's up, I know it's him
by his stance.
Yeah, you know what
27,
I'm saying?
27. So that doesn't count. But if there was a great player, like a guy who's a legendary, great player, the Yankees have acquired these players throughout their time. They always find a way to get a great player, right?
Right.
And just so happens his number is 7 or his number is 9, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes here, and you're like, yeah, that's retired. And I want to wear it. All right, well, we're going to make it gold.
Or do we just say, listen, it's been, what did Ruth retire in? 36?
36.
So we're 90. He retired 90 years ago.
Do we put a statute of limitations?
Well, that's what Steve in Middle Village is suggesting. What do you got, man?
Well, thank you. I think there should be honored numbers. We'll change it from retired numbers because you can't have 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8. and 16 and 2 and 1, which, Billy Martin got it. At any rate, my point is, come up with something called honored numbers. And Don, what you were saying, I agree with. If they get a guy coming over in a trade or whatever, and that's his number, if he still wants number 3 or number 7, or if he's a pitcher, number 16 or whatever it is, let him do it, because he has to live up to the number. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just think you get to the point where, and it's just sad, Steve, is that I don't know if people are going to flip out if you brought 3 back into circulation. Like I said, Ruth retired 90 years ago. Now, if you were to put Reggie Jackson's number back in, or Paul O'Neill, or then maybe, because people remember and they'd be upset. But it's been, and even Mickey Mantle, because there's still a lot of people that still remember Mick and watched him play. But at some point, man, when we're gone, 50 years from now, Babe Ruth's been dead 150 years, but still nobody's able to. You've got people, and some of them are tools. But who was the guy that was saying the other day? It was somebody that that Ruth wasn't real, that he's made up. Who was that they were talking to?
There's a young player.
Yeah, because again, it's a long time ago.
He was saying it almost tongue in cheek, but just it just feels like a made up character because it's so
Pete
long.
Crow Armstrong.
Yeah,
that's right. It was Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yeah, I knew it was one of the All-Stars.
Yeah, I don't think he was trying to be.
But I just think there was all those rumors about that Don Mattingly thought that Babe Ruth was a character was made up, because again, you're talking a long time ago. It gets a little crazy for sure. We had one more boon. He was asked about the American League East standings.
Honestly, I really haven't even looked ahead like that. It's been such a, I saw a graphic. We were 18 and 10 going into today in the last 28, and it's been playoffs every day. It feels like, these games. So, I got people on the street saying, hey, it'll turn around, and I'm like, we're doing all right.
He's not wrong.
I honestly, I don't even go there. It's like, we're doing a lot of really good things. We're obviously wanting to get the offense jump started, and we're seeing little crumbs and little signs of that, hopefully. But now it's just kind of on to Toronto, and not getting ahead of myself of let's go win 10 in a row or 8 in a row. No, you got to go play well, and hopefully that stuff takes care of itself, and we put ourselves in a good position. So on to the road.
Yeah, it's a little early. I know it's August 13th, and we're down to, I think, 41 games left in the season for the Yankees, but still got a long way to go. Boston's up 6-0 on Toronto in the top of the 9th inning. So
that's the end.
They're going to end their 5-game losing streak.
And the Yankees go to Toronto. After this,
so. And that's never easy for them, considering Toronto's out of it. But still, that's always been a thorn in their side going back to last year. Yeah. The sporting news on the day of the Field of Dreams game tonight decided to come up with a list of the best baseball movies. We'll discuss whether they got it right or not.
Yeah,
it's done. Huh? I mean, that's important.
It is.
Did
you forget my name?
No, I forgot that it's just like the New Jersey Devils bringing intensity on the ice. Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know this because I use Viking on my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play, so it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking provides 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. Their local team builds a personalized game plan that actually works. And when you bundle pest control with mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com, protecting your home inside and out. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg take you right up till 7 o'clock. We've got ENN at 6 with Anthony Pusick, ESPN New York.
There you were, surrounded by fans. Everybody remembers the game. Nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you. Till a few days later, at 2 a.m., you wake up with a fever and your throat's on fire. Now what? Urgent care? Closed. ER? Slammed. Telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You needed a medical emergency kit. These aren't first aid kits. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions. Sinus and ear infection, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's dangerous diarrhea, and more on hand before you need them. Use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care and drugstore at home. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you'd ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Tricon Construction is growing across New Jersey, delivering larger, more complex commercial projects with the precision today's developers expect. Because when the timelines, capital, and reputation are all on the line, you need more than a contractor. You need a true construction partner. Tricon brings experienced leadership, disciplined project management, and a team built around accountability and execution. From planning to completion, they build with purpose, professionalism, and pride. For serious commercial projects, build with Tricon. Visit triconbuilds.com. That's triconbuilds.com.
Hey, Yankees fans! Join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, August 21st, as the Yankees take on the Toronto Blue Jays. And don't miss Cody Bellinger Bobblehead Night, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will take home an exclusive Cody Bellinger bobblehead. Get here early, grab the giveaway, and cheer on the Bronx Bombers. Tickets are available now at yankees.com/tickets.
We are moving now.
Electric bikes are everywhere. They are quiet and very fast. Teens ride them on the roads, in bike lanes, but also in places they should not be, like sidewalks and parks.
Look out!
When you ride, wear a helmet. Don't speed. Watch out for pedestrians and cars. New York State and your community have specific rules for electric bikes. Follow them. Go to trafficsafety.ny.gov for more info. A message brought to you by the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We've got a pretty bad ride trying to make your way over to the outbound, George, and especially tough on the Deegan northbound with that earlier afternoon Yanks game in the Bronx. Bumper to bumper there, heading over to the Cross Bronx. Delays are backing up across the Triborough into Queens and up onto the Bruckner. Inbound, George, looking pretty good, just about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 20 to 30. Outbound Hahn are in you half hour plus. And once you're in Jersey, still want to avoid the outbound Skyway. Crash over by the Turnpike in Newark. You're pretty much at a standstill from the Tunnelly Circle. Rough ride on the Staten Island Expressway westbound, heading over to the West Shore. Broken down car in the left lane by the MLK. You're jammed from the Verrazano on through. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit mad.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you until 7. We got full frontal today because there is no Metsies. So we've got that going for us, which we're looking forward to. So we got the extra half hour. to get into it.
Broke a mug out there.
You did?
No. I just walked by, and there was a shattered mug right outside the kitchen. So we had to clean it up. Can't leave it.
I hope that one. I had my mug.
Yeah.
But I didn't grab a mug. I didn't see that. That was not. I right away think it's me.
No, it wasn't you, but it was. You couldn't just leave it there, and so I grabbed a couple of oven mitts and just kind of scooped it up.
You didn't have to do that.
I'm the dad around here. I got to clean up for everybody.
Well, not when your
That's
host
what I do.
is by
I got to
himself
fix
here.
things. I got to fix our sign out here that says recording. We're not recording. We're live. Got to fix that.
I get that.
I've already got something in the works to fix it. Just
You
gotta
do?
get it okayed. Yeah. Fancy little on-air sign.
So I've got the sporting news top 30 baseball movies of all time. Now, you want me to rattle off the 30 or just narrow it down to the top 10?
Let's do 10 through 1.
All right. I'll do 10 through 1, and then I will.
And then we'll see if there's something missing and where it's ranked.
All right. So, all right. Listen, you're excited about this. So,
I am.
do you want to guess, or you want me to just give?
No, let's just get to it.
All right. Number 10, The Sandlot. Now,
10.
I never watched The Sandlot.
Okay.
And I used to get on Rucco, because he loved the movie, and I'm like, it looks corny.
It's not.
But
listen,
it's a kids movie, and I missed it because it came out in '93.
Yeah, but Don, it's not. You'll watch it different now.
But I watched it with my kids.
Oh, you did?
And I did enjoy it.
Okay.
All right.
All right,
But
so
it's
10.
But it's not something that you would watch as an adult without kids. You need kids. All right. And I enjoyed it. Okay.
But if you were a kid who played baseball, like with your friends,
right. But by '93, I was too old, so I didn't get it. But now that I had
young
kids,
to be
I watched it.
nostalgic. But now you're nostalgic because you're old.
So at 10, The
10?
Sandlot. You
All right.
think it's too low? You think it should be
I
high?
thought it'd be higher, but okay.
Number 9, and I'm assuming this is the original, The Bad News Bears. I like that movie a lot.
Very good.
I saw it when I was a kid.
better
It came
be
out in
the original.
'76, and it's
it's a
filthy.
movie. You couldn't make that movie with
Well,
kids
because
today.
you have kids saying
Yeah.
really bad words. Okay,
And doing things.
really bad.
And doing things.
It's bad.
All right.
But it's a great movie. Walter Matthau.
Yes.
So that's number 9.
All right.
Number 8, A League of Their Own. Got no problem with that. Although I hate the ending because I think she purposely dropped the ball because your sister's got to win. I hate that.
You didn't like the ending?
She should be out. Because she's whiny. Your sister's better than you. Get over it. You got a chance to play, but whining all the time. So she throws the championship game just to give her sister a little bit of a nugget. That's garbage.
But doesn't that show you the character of Gina Davis? It shows you her character.
No, that she's an enabler.
No, that she, you know what? I don't need this, but she does.
But
I'm walking away. I'm getting out of the game. But she wants to stay in this thing. It means more to her.
I know.
Let her have it.
But you don't do that to kids.
I got you.
You don't give them.
Well, you're right
let them win. But she was just a whiny brat through the entire movie. I really love that movie. It's very quotable. I think they do a great job with the authentic baseball scenes.
I think a lot of it's very
she
good,
is
yeah.
a whiny bee through the whole movie.
Wow.
She's not?
No. I'm.
Your sister's better than you. Get over it.
You are right.
You're still good. You're still in the league. I get it.
In the shadow of her sister and always
because she's the best player
and left the team. She even quit the team. Didn't want to be on the team.
You know what?
Because her sister was the star.
Mike Maddox was able to build a nice career for himself. He just got fired in Anaheim, but you know what? He was a pretty decent pitcher. He's been a pitching coach for. I didn't see him whining that his brother was better than him. I didn't see Jocelyn Lemieux whining and crying on the bench because Claude was better. You play to the best of your ability. You make it work. They hand things to you. You think like Claude was just like giving goals to his brother because listen, I win cups. You go to. I don't know why I made him Russian.
Yeah,
but whatever. All right. 7. I love this movie, The Natural.
Yes.
And I know people think the ending's corny with the lights, and I think it's great.
It's the right kind of corny.
It is so.
Stop
good.
it.
It's so. And again, I don't understand how aging works with Wilford Brimley, who's like literally 40 years old in that movie. He's got gray hairs coming out of his jersey.
Yeah, the taco meat.
And he's 40. He's got hair in his ears and his nose. Like he looks like he's 117 years old. He's 40.
He's looked the same age in every movie he's made for 30 years.
And he lived with diabetes because that's how he pronounced it. Number 6, Our Friend Billy Crystal, 61. Fabulous. It's a made-for-TV, but still, it's a movie, and it's really good.
It's very well
That's 6.
done.
Another one that's great. Didn't like any of the sequels, but the original classic, number 5, Major League.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, this is according
top
to the
5.
Sporting.
Major League is
Major
top
League.
5. Okay.
Number 4,
Mm-hmm.
good movie. I have all kinds of problems with it, though. Field of Dreams.
Okay.
Field of Dreams.
We're going to need to get into that.
Well, I do.
Okay.
It's a movie about shoeless Joe Jackson.
Said we're going to need to get into
Oh,
that.
I'm sorry.
That's what I
I thought you said we don't need.
No, I want to.
Shoeless Joe Jackson batted left-handed. They
Yes.
couldn't get Ray Liotta to bat left-handed. All right,
remember.
get another actor or reverse the film.
Yeah.
He's not right-handed. I'm sorry, I can't enjoy a movie when you've got that glaring of an error.
Do you know that Callie noticed something watching Mighty Ducks?
What was that?
That they'll show the kid coming down the ice, and you'll see the face of the actor. Then they'll show the action scene, and it's a righty player. The actor's righty.
Mm-hmm.
Then the action scene is the same thing, but he's lefty.
Okay.
And she's like,
That's
she
gonna
gets so mad at that.
But it's a movie.
But it's a movie
that is going into the historical accuracy of baseball.
Yes.
That they actually found someone that got one at bat.
Moonlight Graham.
In the major leagues. Well, I mean, one game in the major leagues, never gotten at bat.
Mm-hmm.
Moonlight Graham. Based a character in the movie about him.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to the baseball encyclopedia and see he played in one game and didn't get an at bat. They didn't have the right year that he died. He died in 1969, I believe, and they said he died in 1972 because they wanted to put The Godfather on the marquee. I'm just saying, can we just get the year he died right since you went that far for the accuracy? Have him die the right year.
They wanted just. Are you saying that you know this for
No, I don't
certain?
know. I'm just assuming that
they wanted to put The
figured that when he was walking in the downtown, that the movie marquee, it made more sense. Like The Godfather would resonate more because
everybody
that was
knows.
in 72. But he didn't die in 72. You can easily look it up. You could have made up the character. You didn't. You went to the baseball encyclopedia, found the guy. Shoeless Joe Jackson was not right-handed.
Okay.
And then it's going to bother me now. I'm going to look it up.
What?
Who directed the movie? I'm gonna
Field of Dreams.
Yeah, it wasn't Zemeckis. I'm gonna get it for you because I want to be able to quote him accurately by using his name. Well, he wrote the book, I believe. Did he direct it?
Holden Robinson produced and directed.
Produced and directed. Okay, because the what's his name? Casella was the one that authored the book. He's like, well, players don't come back from the dead. Well, wait a minute. In this movie, they did. So what? Because you're making stuff up that there's no such thing as ghosts. That now I could take poetic license. I could just change everything. No,
there are movies though that do use historical references, but not accurately because it's a fiction. They consider it fiction anyway.
I don't like that.
Okay, it
All right?
bothered you. That's fine.
This one bothers me, and I like this movie.
What is this
but
one?
I
This
can't
is top
have
three.
it at 3.
What is it?
Moneyball.
Oh God, no. Oh God, no. Top 3?
That's
All right, there's my first one right there. That's my first one. Asterisk. Big asterisk. Go ahead.
Number 2.
2.
Bull Durham. Like it.
Very cool.
No, I don't love it. I like it.
You don't really?
Yeah.
You're okay with it? That's a phenomenal movie.
2 is strong.
Come on.
Number 1, Pride of the Yankees.
Well, that has to be, doesn't it?
No.
No?
You heard my thoughts on it, Don.
What were your thoughts
your
on it
thoughts
again?
on it?
I forget what you said.
I told you off the air.
Can you not say it on the air?
Yeah.
Correct.
Most of our conversation, you can't.
Can you say it? Can you say it in my ear?
Go ahead. Say it in his ear. Can't say that on air.
You know, Anthony is on air, very clean cut.
No,
very,
it's a
very,
filth
very,
bag.
very, very business oriented, structured producer, but he is an absolute filth bag. All right. Anyway, hey, just get up there and start hacking. Yeah. Who am I talking about? All right. So this is, again, quickly. Sandlot, Bad News Bears, our league of their own.
Yes.
The Natural 61, Major League, Field of Dreams, Moneyball, Bull Durham, Pride of the Yankees.
Right. Now,
Bull Durham should be a top 3. Can we at least admit top 3? You don't like it at 2, but top 3.
Yeah, but I like it better than Moneyball. It's ahead of Moneyball, but Moneyball 3. I mean, I liked Moneyball.
Moneyball should not be
the natural
3.
It's got to be in the top 3.
The natural should be in the top 3.
And you know what? And I got.
Would you make the natural number 1? Or is it too much of a corny ending?
It's so good, though.
I agree.
It's so good. Here are movies that are outside the top 10 that I would have higher.
Throw me some names.
8 Men Out. Love that movie.
Oh, man.
They have it at 12. 8 Men Out, historically accurate. I thought the baseball was very good. The story's terrific.
Yes. It's a really good movie.
Very accurate.
Okay, what else?
Love it. There was some Bang the Drum Slowly.
Oh.
Not sure if anybody's familiar with that. It's one of Robert De Niro's early films.
I remember
of a ball
this.
player that's dying of cancer. It's kind of baseball's version of Brian's song.
Is this the one that they use Shea?
Yeah, they use Shea. I think they were the New York.
It's a New York
Gothams, maybe.
Yeah,
or
it's a
something
New
like
York
that.
team. They use Shea. It's a lot of it shot in New York City in the late 60s, early 70s?
Early 70s.
Early
I would say,
70s, yeah.
They were the New York Mammoths. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What number was Bang the Drum Slowly?
17.
All right, top 20.
Let's see what else. Fever Pitch at 23. Yeah. I love it.
The only cool thing about Fever Pitch was that they shot it thinking the Red Sox were going to lose, and that's part of the story, and yet they win, and they just happen to be there with the cameras.
I'm not in love with any of the. There's some movies that I don't know.
What else you got?
I don't know the Phenom. I'm not familiar with that one. Cobb is not a good movie. They got that at 22. I didn't like that movie at all. $1 Million Arm, not familiar with that. For the Love of the Game at 20, stop it.
You don't like that movie? No?
No.
I actually really like that movie.
Trouble with the Curve, that's not. I don't like
God,
that.
no.
That's at 25. Angels in the Outfield, another good one with the kids. They got that at 29.
Okay.
The Babe at 30 is
that John
an
Goodman?
abomination.
Who did
John
no.
Goodman?
John Goodman, right? That was bad.
Not good.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Are
we missing anybody? Is there any baseball movie that you love? Little Big Leagues at 28, Rookie of the Year 27.
How about The Rookie?
The Rookie is 18.
Could that be top 10? True story.
It is a true story, but
not entirely accurate.
Not
of course.
entirely accurate. You know what? And at the time, making it to the Devil Rays was almost like Major League Adjacent.
It's just the story. My
favorite scene in that is where he goes to the highway to see if he can really throw.
Yeah.
And they've got the speed limit thing.
How many of us did that?
I never did that.
You never did it?
I wanted to. And then he throws it, and it's like,
I think it said like 68 or something like that. And then it blinks when he walks away. And you see it said like 88 or 98.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not bad. So I'm just trying to think, is there another baseball movie that's not on this list that deserves to be on the list? But I think they did a pretty decent job with this. I don't think there's any.
How did they get 30? There's got to be some.
Well, they got 30, but there's a few of these that
there's a few you don't know, right?
Like Bingo Long All-Stars.
Oh, God.
Ethos. Sugar. I know Sugar. The Stratton story.
800-919-3776 if we're missing one.
Missing any of them, but there's the sports, the sporting news list of movies.
Now, Sandlot, now that I'm looking at the top 10, Sandlot should be higher. The Natural should be higher. Moneyball should not be 3. Moneyball, at best, is like 8. As a baseball movie, like a baseball movie.
And I'm also for accuracy. It's so hard to get these movies to be great.
I think A League of Their Own should be higher than 8.
Yes, I agree.
I think Bad News Bears should be top 5.
That is a great movie. It really is.
61's excellent, very well done, accurate. I think 6 is probably just right where it should be. Would you agree?
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's a pretty decent list. Your thoughts, 1-800-919-3776. ENN's coming up at 6. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you till 7 on ESPN New York.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Buster only joins us. Who's a team in the American League right now that should scare Yankees fans a little bit?
All of them. There's so much parity in the American League, it's kind of crazy. So if you told me that the Yankees reached the World Series, I wouldn't be shocked. And if you told me they got knocked out in the first round, that wouldn't shock me either. I don't think they have any idea what they're going to get out of Judge and Stan the rest of the year. Like none.
DiPietro and Rothenberg, morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
This is the Michael K. Show.
Talking with Alex Rodriguez, what you've seen of Lombard, what do you think?
It's amazing when you have a plus defender at short, how it makes your entire team better defensively. Lombard can do for the Yankees defensively and for those great pitchers what Aaron Judge does for the offense. That's how good Lombard can be.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. At Rings End, they're there to help realize your modern design visions. That's why they partner with Marvin. Engineered for big ideas, Marvin modern windows and doors deliver effortless elegance, expansive views, and industry-leading innovation, all in a modular system designed to meet the exacting principles of modern architecture. Experience Marvin Modern at a Rings End showroom today and create something stunning with them. Rings End is a certified Marvin installing retailer.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off, and you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Don Hahn and Rosenberg with you till 7 o'clock. Let's hear from you at 1-800-919-3776. Andrew in Schenectady. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Andrew?
John, my man.
What's up, baby?
You're telling me that Moneyball's number 3.
That's right. Well, that's what the sporting news is telling you.
Hardball's not even in the top 20?
Hardball?
Hardball, Keanu Reeves, the Cucumbers.
I
love it when you call me Big Papa. Come on.
Hardball was 24.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, that's too high or too low.
You think it's too low?
Too high, too low?
Too far, Andrew.
I'm a big Keanu
Don,
Reeves
first
fan.
time, long time, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Don, love you, man. Love you. You're the man.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Diane Lane was in this movie. I never saw this movie.
I didn't see Hardball.
Wait a minute. Michael B. Jordan is in this?
Young Michael B. Jordan, yes.
Well, I would think it's 2001. He's very young.
Keanu Reeves is a degenerate gambler, and he's punished by having to coach a team in the inner city.
Oh, that's right.
The kid can't pitch without listening to Biggie.
Yeah.
So I can't tell, Andrew, if you're being sarcastic or you're really a fan of the movie.
No, the movie is fantastic.
Oh.
As a young man, I remember crying for the first time watching a movie when G-Baby got shot.
Oh, G-Baby, great.
See, Jake's in on this.
You know what? I got to
loves
see
it
this
too.
movie.
Now I got to watch it.
I'm telling you, it's pretty good. You'll enjoy it.
What's it on? Let me see it. It's somewhere. We'll be able to watch it.
Well, thank you for the kind words, too. But Hardball did make it into the top 20.
Okay.
Let's go to Mark in Carmel. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Mark?
On Prime? I'm going to watch it.
What's up, Mark?
Yeah, hi. How you doing?
Oh, you
I'm here. So just taking it on speaker. Sorry.
Okay.
So as far as the movies, there's a movie called Safe at Home. It stars actually Mickey Mantle and Roger
Yankees,
Maris.
yeah.
They're
Yeah.
actually
Mm-hmm.
so it's a story about a little boy. That's a really good movie. It's old. It's black and white. William Frawley is in it also.
Oh my God!
I actually sent you the trailer on Don on your X thing there, and then. I do like Hardball, and For the Love of the Game is a good movie, even though Don doesn't like it. I think it's a great movie.
It's not that I don't like it. It's just to have it that high. But when you think about it, there's not that many baseball movies, so I guess if you're going to go 30. The Safe at Home, yeah, it's got Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris.
William Frawley. You know what he's famous
Well, I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
And also, wearing his belt around his nipples. It's true.
He'd walk in the room. You're absolutely right.
I don't know why somebody didn't take him aside.
His pants were up to his rib cage.
Oh, that is just funny. Let's go to Mike in Virginia. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Mike?
Hey, fellas. I saw a movie years ago in the movie theater, a premiere called The Perfect Game. It was about the Mexican Little League team that travels from Mexico to America to play in the Little League World Series, and it's all Perfect Game. Excellent movie.
Okay.
Huh. And what year did that come out? Do you know?
That had to be 2010, maybe.
All right. Yeah. You know what?
In that neighborhood.
Good job. 2009. And one of the stars of the movie is Cheech Marin. I'm a fan.
All right.
Cheech Marin, yes. The other kid on the team was the kid that was in Grown Ups, and the kid that passed away, I forgot his name, but he was in that movie too.
The Disney star?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, Lou Gossett
great
Jr. is
movie.
in it. Interesting.
Yes.
I got that's cool. It did not make the list, but you know what? It seems pretty intriguing. I'll take a look at that. Mike, Staten Island, you're on ESPN New York. What's up, Mike?
Hey, guys. How are you? Thanks for taking the call. So if we're going to talk about baseball movies and we're going to say For Love of the Game, I'd like to mention Mr. Destiny with Jim Belushi in 1990.
That's one of Bart Scott's favorite movies.
Really?
It's one of my favorite movies, too.
Yeah, he brought this up to me every other week, this movie, because of the story. He loved the idea of that. Like, yeah.
I think I
saw
Don, you've
this.
definitely seen it.
You've seen it.
There's no doubt about
it's
it.
Good. It's Jim Belushi. It is.
Did I say John? I'm sorry. I meant Jim.
No, but it's the story, not the baseball of it. The story. Wait a minute. What about the Tom Selleck vehicle when he goes over to Japan?
Oh,
Mr. Baseball.
Mr. Baseball.
Where's that?
It's not on there.
Stop it.
Don't get mad at me. I'm not the sporting news. No, Mr. 3000 isn't in there either. That's another one.
That's a good one.
Once you guys said Mr. Baseball, I was just going to follow Mr. 3000.
I did see Mr. Destiny. You're right.
Page.
Looking at it on IMDb, I did see it. That was a good movie. How about this one? When do you think about it? It's not bad. I don't know if I put it on the list, but I do like it. Brewster's Millions. Would you count that as a baseball movie?
Is it a baseball movie? He owns the Cubs, right? Is it?
Well, no.
Did he buy the Cubs?
No. He's a minor league pitcher, and he can't make it.
Oh, that's what it was. Right.
He had a Cub jersey.
That's what I thought.
John Candy was his catcher, and then he inherits this money, but he's got to spend
all of it.
All the money, and one of the things he does is he buys a team. The manager was a guy from one of those cop movies. I can't think of it now. I'll pop it up here.
Right.
Do you remember the movie? 1983, I think it was.
Yeah, I remember Brewster's Millions. Yeah. I don't know if I count that as a baseball movie.
It's
a Jace.
It's there. There's a lot of baseball in it. Richard Pryor, John Candy. It is from 1985, and it had his manager, Jerry Orbach, was the manager of the minor league team he was on.
Okay.
And he's got think about that. He's got to spend $1 million in like a month.
Yeah, it's hilarious. The
They
stuff
have to update that now. You could probably do it in a day.
Was that the none of the above?
Yeah, none of the above. Very good. Very good.
Because that's
very topical as well.
That's my famous line. Anytime it's a voting time.
DNN is next. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
If you're living with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, migraines, nerve pain, or chronic joint pain, you don't have to just live with it. I'm Michael Kay, and I want to introduce you to Dr. Jay Shah at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shah is Ivy League trained, double board certified, and specializes in non-surgical, image-guided treatments that help get to the source of your pain. With convenient offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Englewood, expert care is never far away. So if pain is keeping you from doing the things that you love this summer, take the first step toward relief. Visit SamwellPain.com to book your appointment online.
Miller time. People think it just happens, but that's not true. You know what you gotta do? You gotta go say hello with some beers. Make the plans. Forget the couch. Go to that thing. Play the game. See them in person. Talk to that stranger. Live a little. Small acts of rebellion that bring us together. Because legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This August, don't miss the Big 5 spin-off and your chance to win your share of $55,550. Be here on Friday, August 7th and 28th from 3 to 7 p.m. when one lucky winner will be drawn every hour to select 4 balls from the lottery drum to win up to $5,555 cash. Don't miss the Big 5 spin-off where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have an awesome rest of the night. We've got the New York Liberty home at the Barclays in Brooklyn. Just your typical delays on the BQE in both directions, heading over to Atlantic Avenue. Westbound side, especially tough. You're jammed from the LIE in Queens. Heading over to the outbound, George, definitely the worst of it. Egan northbound. It's a slow crawl heading over to the Cross Bronx. Earlier Yanks game this afternoon. You're backed up across the Triborough and onto the Bruckner. Cross Bronx westbound, not much better. Long line of brake lights there from the Bruckner on through. Inbound, George, stick with the lower deck. Upper level going to run you about 15 to 20 minutes using 8095. Outbound Lincoln, about a 20 to 30 minute ride. Outbound Hahn, a half hour plus. And once you're in Jersey, no relief on the outbound Skyway. Still have a crash by the Turnpike in Newark. You're solid from the Tunnelly Circle. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Rich Eisen here with some advice. If high-interest credit card debt is grinding you down, it might be time to call an audible with a SoFi personal loan. It consolidates your debt into one low monthly payment with no fees required. And with as soon as the same-day funding, you can make the right play fast. Call an audible on your debt today at SoFi.com/debtplay. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debtplay.
Do you read more about your team in the off-season than in the season? Does your game day outfit include a brown bag with eye holes? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected. Because seeing your painted face in the rearview mirror after a loss isn't just depressing. It's distracting. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN special report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Time now for ENN. It's brought to you by Boost Mobile. Peter's on vacation, so that means that we get another day of Anthony Pusick with ENN. How are you, buddy?
You guys want to just continue the conversation that we were just having?
You want to?
I always like asking that question.
I'm more than willing to share.
I think we're good.
I
appreciate
sharer.
it, though.
I like to share.
We like to share. Let's start off by
All right,
saying
let's do it. Ready?
Good evening to Don.
They were smoking bowls early in the game.
That's what we were talking about. We were talking about.
He said it.
I know.
Did you hear that?
Wait. Do we have just the cut of that part? I think Jacob does.
He's got. It's
I
got
gotta
to
go
somewhere.
back and grab it. Yeah.
All right.
Whoa.
Just isolate that part.
When he was talking about, here it is, and I'll shut it because he said it early in the cut.
Okay.
I believe it was in the Logan Gilbert cut.
I thought Gilbert was really good. I thought early on we had some good at-bats against him right from jump with Grisham and Jones, smoking balls for outs in the first inning.
It's right. You know what, though? It is right there. In case you're wondering about the sporting news list.
She is a whiny bee.
Oh, God, no.
And
play some skitters.
If you wonder why Don has issues with the Field of Dreams, it is out on our social media.
Oh, you found that from the past?
No. I just have the clip of today.
Oh, today's clip.
Yeah,
of it.
today's clip.
But that doesn't bother other people. You go to great lengths to get it so accurate.
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
Look it up.
Now,
I'll get it.
You did slip something in there when Alan was talking about Sandlot. Obviously, when it came out, you did not watch it. You said when you had the kids that you did watch it.
Yes.
What did you think of it?
Loved it.
See, there you go.
From their eyes.
Right.
Would I sit there and watch it like if it came on? No.
It's no Pride of the Yankees.
But like the whole James Earl Jones and going, oh, George.
I know George.
I know George.
That would be Michael because he can't call him Babe.
Right.
He has to call him by his real name. George, how are you, sir?
But I did like it.
Sandlot just had that nostalgia about it.
Yes,
That's all that
very
really
summer
is.
movie.
If you grew up in the suburbs and played baseball with your friends, going to the park, that's just a memory.
And had a rabid dog that was
there's that too.
That probably wasn't supposed to be in the house that he was in.
But we all had that kind of thing to deal with. Either it was a dog or it was just an angry old man neighbor who you knew if you went.
There was always one neighbor where you're like,
the ball went on his yard, you were so afraid to go get it.
But so there it is, baseballreference.com. Any yo-yo can look it up.
Yeah,
Moonlight Graham died August 25th, 1965.
He can't let go.
And then they put up 1972?
Yeah.
It's important to him.
And I just assume it's because there was no movie that resonated in 1965 the way The Godfather did for 72.
Couldn't you have just shown the Beatles?
So I feel like you didn't. I feel like you mentioned the whole list, but people are like, where was 42? And it was number 11.
Yeah, we didn't read all.
Oh, 42. How did we not even bring up 42?
Well, it was okay. So it wasn't brought up. I thought
that was
did end up getting read. It was
that
11.
should have been top 10.
I think that's probably fair to be in the top 10.
All right, let's play the who you taking out. If 42 definitely belongs, Because I thought historically they did a lot of accuracy. There was a lot of scenes, things that was shot on location that really looked good. It was a very well done movie. So who you taking out of that top 10 then? I'm telling you right now, I don't care if it's not a popular opinion. I would take out Moneyball.
I don't think
that's a good, not great movie.
I don't think that's crazy.
That's a good, not great movie.
Again, I like the movie, but to say it's the third greatest
baseball
movie of all time.
Come on, man.
I mean, come on.
They didn't even win a championship.
Well, that's the thing about what's so funny about that movie is that, yes, they found success doing a level of success doing something that nobody had ever done, but they never won.
That's what I mean.
And also, you talk about
what did it result in?
Never won.
Won. Yeah.
Never brought up the starting pitching staff, which was one of the best in baseball. Never brought up Miguel Tejada made tons of money. He was a PED guy. They didn't bring that up.
No.
That he might have helped out a little bit. No?
It's a good Jonah Hill role, though.
I'm not a fan.
Not a fan, huh?
He's good, but I don't know. The whole thing because I guess his dad was an agent or something, and he said he feels uncomfortable around unfamous people. God.
Yeah, I think you guys are right. I think Moneyball's a little too high.
Moneyball is not.
Dude, pick a weight. How about that? Why don't you settle on a weight? Find something you're comfortable with and move forward.
Anyway, I guess. Hey, who wants to hear about Travis Kelce getting married at the Garden? Anybody?
I'm good.
All right, we're gonna play it anyway.
MSG, man. You know, I always told myself I'd go for a playoff game when the Knicks were rocking, and my wife went when I was stuck in a mini camp, so I didn't get my opportunity to go then. So it's kind of cool to be able to, live out my childhood dream of being in that venue and, the mecca of all sports venues, being able to get married in there. Can't thank, the owners of MSG for allowing us to get the opportunity to do that, knowing that we wanted a private event and everything, so it was perfect. And the AC was cooking, baby. That was the best part.
Well, that place, as we know, having been in there, especially for hockey, that place can get to be an icebox.
Oh, it's so good.
And Dave wearing his skull cap up in the bridge.
I love how he said thank the owners.
Yeah.
Like there's more than one.
He doesn't know.
He
doesn't.
Wait. Hang on a second.
I don't think he knows.
You should know.
She knows.
You should know.
She knows.
No,
Dude,
she needs to
he
correct.
He was involved at all in any of the plans.
If Jaden Daniels is going to be upset about a number being handed out, if I owned the Garden and somebody said owners, no, we got a problem.
I got to tell you, it is quite the
You want to have an anniversary? No, we can't do it. Sorry, we're booked.
I always wanted to be in a play. I always wanted to go to a playoff game. Instead, I got married there. Pretty cool.
I guess.
A very casual thing to just.
You think they lose that game if he's there?
No.
No?
No. I don't think it matters. This team, we saw, and thank you, Danhausen, as well, that there was something magical about this team that went far beyond just one person being there or not being there.
It's such a great time. Really
I'm still kind of. I guess the ring ceremony is the finality of it. The banner raising, giving the rings out.
Yeah.
You getting one?
That's a good question.
I have no idea.
Can't confirm nor deny.
No. I was going to ask you guys.
Okay.
Real quick.
Okay.
Do I want one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I really? Why? What am I doing with it? First of all,
displaying.
Where?
I don't know.
It will be the first thing stolen.
No, but don't be that guy wearing it.
Well, I wouldn't wear it.
Oh, I mean, maybe you wear it to a wedding. You come and you show it to people. I don't know.
It's going to be in a safe somewhere, and I'll never see it.
Oh, you can display it.
I thought you put it in the display behind you.
What do I have?
Michael got ring. I think.
And then again, and then I'm away for the weekend, and suddenly it's no longer on my bookshelf.
Rings and put in nice stores.
Michael got what was it? 4 of the 5. He didn't get one in 2000, but he got one the other.
I would have wanted the 2001 just out of spite.
I know MSG wise that all of the Ranger announcers got it in 94.
Yeah,
Trowig, Sam.
Did Howie got one?
Howie got one. So the radio guys got one.
Yeah.
Now, again, that was 32 years ago.
I am not expecting.
I wasn't, and by the way, I'm not trying to put you in a bad position. I was just saying, do you think you would?
No, and I'm saying I'm not expecting it, but I've been asked it so many times, I started to think to myself, what would I do with it?
No, but that's a problem after the fact.
Well,
you
wait
want
a minute.
one.
But you wouldn't be concerned that you know how hot of a commodity this would be? That somebody'd go, where's this guy live?
I know.
Hey.
Right?
That it would be. I'm not
denying it's a
concern.
I see it behind him in every one of these videos he's doing.
I am not denying it's a concern.
That I'm not.
But
I'm
I
good.
still would want it. Now,
Yes.
Howie wore his. Not, unfortunately, Howie did wear it a few times during Islander broadcasts.
I
that
do
really
remember that.
Ruffled some
But
feathers.
that ring wasn't very big. You know these are going to be
Well,
ridiculous.
that's the thing. In 1994, the rings were a little bit more modest.
Yeah.
To where you can wear it and people might confuse it for
I have a replica 73 one. It's very modest, but it's cool. And it's the same one Clyde's got.
Yeah,
It's just a little.
because I've seen
it's a cubic zirconia.
The ones like Buttle has one, believe it or not.
Our good friend Greg Buttle.
In his 75. I don't think it was his last year, senior year. I think in 75, we could look it up. Penn State went undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't win the national championship because it was all. So Paterno got them all rings.
Okay, that's great.
But if you glanced at it, you would think it's like a high school or college ring. Like they're modest, you know.
yeah.
But now they've got you're spraying your finger with it.
Did you see?
You said 75?
Whatever.
73 was 12-0.
So 73, 74, 75. Yeah, so it's probably his freshman. Yeah, so 73. That was probably his freshman year.
They won the
Some of these now
Orange
though,
Bowl?
it has like the top comes off and you can see the stadium inside. It's just
who had the one where it had something that you could project it on the wall and show highlights of like it's crazy.
We don't need this.
But
it's gonna be cool though.
But the answer is yes.
No, I take a
when
watch.
they say, "Would you like to have a ring?" The answer is yes,
I'd rather
because you
have
don't
a
want to sit there. Wally's got a ring, right? Bill's got a ring, and then you don't have the
and
ring.
they say, "Well, Alan, you didn't want one, right?"
Monica gets 2 rings. She gets one for TV and one for radio.
Probably
How do you
would.
like that?
Monica probably deserves 2 rings.
You would think so.
But I don't know if they'll offer that because this is the first championship at MSG since '94. That was a different world back then. The rings probably weren't as expensive.
Well, we know all the significant others are getting a ring.
Yeah, we heard that
was
from-
that was part of the
we heard that
promise
from Mr. Dolan.
of abstinence. What?
No, I know. It's just funny to hear.
10
I know
weeks?
it happened.
10 weeks.
I know it happened.
10 weeks.
10 weeks.
Jeez. I don't deserve a ring. I deserve a car.
Nice lives.
That's not easy to do
at their age.
Well,
in your oh my God, to go back to my 20s, no
Well, listen,
chance.
There's actually, believe it or not, if you don't watch
that's right.
the
It's the
Field of Dreams game tonight on Netflix,
I won't.
There's plenty of football to watch that you also probably won't be interested in because neither of the local teams are involved. But you're not going to see the star of the Hall of Fame game, Carson Beck. He got a rib injury in that game.
Oh, no.
Oh,
so he won't play, and you'll have to wait for
So
your
the
Carson
beckoning.
Beck Fernando Mendoza rematch because Mendoza will play.
Mm-hmm.
So the national championship rematch will have to be
Well,
put.
Do you like it? Do you like the beckoning? You like that?
I
That's
like
what they're
it.
calling it.
No, I like that. I like him
Arizona?
too. I like him.
You
too.
do?
Yeah.
Why do you like him?
I just I like the cut of his jib. I like I liked him in Miami. I was very invested in Miami Hurricanes football this year because if you work a Devil broadcast with Roland Dratch, you were very invested in any Dolphin or Hurricanes game.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Because like he had it on in the truck, and it was like I love the guy, and I found myself wanting him to be happy. So I wanted to see the Dolphins sneak into the playoffs, and the Hurricanes played the national championship game.
Yeah.
And we were in Calgary, or as Bryce Salvador calls it,
Calgary.
Calgary.
Of course.
When that game was played. So so I'm a fan.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to be any good, but
I think
tonight's
he's
the
gonna
night,
be-
man. The
he's gonna be
Yankees
fun.
and Mets are off.
Yep.
It's a
This will be the time.
Thursday. Enjoy some football.
Enjoy some football.
Watch Mendoza.
A guy you're not going to see, of course, J.J. McCarthy, the backup here at the Minnesota Vikings, asked if he has a future with Minnesota.
Like I said before, this is a place I want to be, and I love every single person in this building. I love this state. I love the fan base, and I'm going to continue to just do whatever I can for this team and this organization.
I love Lamb.
That's the right answer. I just don't know what it
No,
does.
it's the right answer.
It's a
for
great
sure.
answer. It really is. But he lost again.
Yeah.
Like this is becoming a thing for him, and he's going to get frustrated by it. It's hard to believe too that 3 years ago he won as a rookie and was going to be the starter until that last preseason game when he hurt himself.
Now, is that the
Isn't that
reason,
amazing?
or is he just not that good?
It's a little both.
It's probably a little both. A little bit of a Wally Pipp situation, but also just if he was good enough.
Yeah.
Well, it only happened to Wally Pipp once. It wasn't like, all right, there's Lou Gehrig, and then after Lou, they brought in, Frank Thomas. I don't know. It's like they'll just keep bringing anybody in. Anybody but JJ.
It's all been reclamation projects, right?
Wally Pipp sees the Nugenics commercial and goes,
Nugenics.
Frank is back.
Damn it.
Took it again.
What are you doing, by the way?
Did Wally Pipp ever go to another team and have a successful finish to his career?
We could find that out.
Quietly go to the Washington Senators and just
we have the technology, right?
Put some numbers.
Well, it
up.
wasn't like you got you called your shot back then.
Well, if you're Pipp and you lose out to Gehrig, now you're
Anybody
like,
want to guess who he played?
I found
so,
it.
Alan, you got to guess. Where did he play?
Well, I said Washington Senators, and that didn't resonate with anybody.
So it did not resonate.
Who else was
I honestly can't even tell you if in the right league because it didn't. The Senators bounce around and they weren't AL, they were NL.
Don't even know what they are.
I know where he went
American
to the
League?
National League.
Yeah,
I
knew they were
the
always
National
National
League.
League.
The Reds.
Oh,
well
good call.
done.
And he had a really good year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 26, his first year in Cincinnati, he was 33 years old.
Cincinnati. They said Cincinnati back then.
He batted .291.
Okay.
Pretty good.
It's not
All right, 6 home runs, but he had 99 RBIs.
99 RBIs.
He knocked them in.
Then it fell apart for him. He
what happened?
Well, he bat 260.
Did he get hurt again?
He just didn't get. I think he got hurt again.
That's what the writers were saying. This guy's always getting hurt.
He only played 122 games in 27, and only had.
What do you mean only 122?
Well, he batted 260, and he had 2 home runs, and then in 28, he played 95 games, batted 283, 2 home runs, and then he was done at 35.
A 260 and a 283 season. They said, that's it.
Wait.
We have to let this man go.
Think about it. Although on the current Yankees, he'd be a leadoff hitter.
He'd be the second best hitter on the team. Maybe even the first.
How did that kid Gehrig do in those 3 years, by the way?
Oh, better than that.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
When did we lose? So
that's not bad.
Oh, look, 65 is very popular. January 11th, 1965. He died at the age of 71.
Pip did.
Pip, yeah.
Did he ever do an interview about the whole Gehrig thing?
On
no
what?
one ever did a.
Who's gonna?
He was actually. You're never going to believe
this.
They
did not have to carve it into stone. They actually had a quill and some parchment paper. They could have written his quote.
McAfee and Tone Diggs had him.
Nobody ever thought to go up to him and just say, "Hey, what was that all like?" Like no one ever asked Wally Pipp.
Jim Greyer wasn't around to do an exclusive with Wally Pipp at the time.
Roy Firestone didn't have him crying at the chair. No, but no one thought of that. Barbara Walters didn't think, "Hey, let me get this Pipp fella on."
Edward R. Murrow tried.
Yeah, the Sunday night conversation.
Wally Am I the only one that would want to hear from Wally Pipp?
There's got to be some, but
What's
even
it like
after
to be
the fact,
Wally Pipp?
But by 1965, all right. So now he's 71 years old. So like in his 60s, in the early 1960s.
We were out of war at that point.
We weren't
already,
in war.
Lou was already gone, established himself as a Hall of Famer. I'm sure there's got to be some show or something.
There's got to be a Wally Pipp interview somewhere.
What was that?
Like Sport Magazine didn't sit down with him.
Yeah, somebody had to sit down with him. But before he died, what was the show? The game show where you had to guess who somebody was. He could have been on that.
Not This Is Your Life.
No, but you would ask questions like it'd be some scientist or something. You probably could have put Wally Pipp in there, like in 1961.
Bleacher Report tells me.
Bleacher Report was back then?
Yeah, they interviewed him. In 53, he had an interview.
Okay.
Let's get through this here because, the Google machine can only take you so far. You actually have to start reading. Pip's recollection of that day is somewhat hazy. Decades later, in a 1953 interview, he recounted that he did have a headache because he had been beamed in batting practice.
Yeah, there's no concussion protocol back in 25.
Again.
Who beamed him?
Right.
We weren't trying at that point.
This guy named Lou.
So he did have an interview.
All right.
Seemingly wasn't very extensive because the only thing we heard was Charlie Caldwell, better known years later as Princeton's football coach, whistled one in, and somehow or another I just couldn't duck, Pipp recalled. The ball hit me right here on the temple. They carted me off to the hospital.
This sounds great.
I shouldn't laugh, but just the idea of him getting carted off to the I was in the hospital for 2 solid weeks. By the time I returned to the Yankees, Gehrig was hitting the ball like crazy, and Huggins would have been a complete dope to give me my job back.
I love that.
But
that's a great quote.
But
2 weeks.
2 weeks in the hospital, getting hit in the head.
But you always hear the story because it just shows you how everything becomes fable after a while. That Wally Pipp had a headache, and he lost his job to Lou Gehrig and never got it back. He got hit in the temple with a fastball. Was in the hospital for 2 weeks. He had a headache. He almost died.
He almost died.
Dude, pick a weight. If somebody right now tonight, God forbid, if God forbid somebody tonight in a baseball game got beamed in the temple and was in the hospital for 2 weeks, it would lead Sports Center for like every day for 2 weeks. They'd be holding vigil outside the hospital. But in 1925, we're probably at war somewhere. They're like, well, if he dies, he dies.
Why am I getting the cartoon? This is I pray this didn't happen.
Running out with the stretcher?
With the stretcher, and there's 4 guys carrying Wally off into a gurney that's going.
Yeah, they probably dropped him like Mike Madonna, too. Remember that? Why don't you settle on a weight? They put Mike Madonna at the Garden, they put him in the ambulance, and they dropped one side of it. Remember that?
This poor man.
Find something you're comfortable with and move forward.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's good. So at least he had a good year in Cincinnati before it all fell off.
He had a nice career.
Yeah.
He did not have a bad career.
Guy just couldn't stay. That'd be great, though. Guy just couldn't stay healthy.
It's always good. It's always comforting when the guy who injured you became the Princeton football coach. The pitcher that was warming up for you ended up being the Princeton football coach.
He was a career 281 hitter.
That's a
had
good
1,000
career.
RBIs in his career.
It's awesome. Not many guys could say that.
Finished the top 10 in the MVP in 22.
How about that?
And he had, you're big on WAR. In 22, he had a 4.6 WAR.
And what is it good for?
In 2016, he had a 4.3 WAR.
It's pretty good.
He was a pretty good player.
He was a pretty good player.
I don't know what he did in the postseason. Maybe he's a
butcher in the
bum.
postseason.
I am absolutely down the rabbit hole now. My good friend Steve Marcus at Newsday wrote a whole story not about Pip, but about Charles Caldwell, who was the pitcher who was throwing BP that day.
That was the guy who became the Princeton football coach.
Yeah.
Yes.
But his son is quoted in this story saying it was an errant pitch. It's famous in our family.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
My father did admit that. We'd rather talk about being coach of the year at Princeton in 1950. That's what we
How
talk
many
about.
teams were
Not
playing
my
in
father not being a fabulous pitcher one time.
Who was Princeton playing in 1950? I'd like to know.
Yale.
9-0.
Pip did win a World Series in 23.
Good for him.
They played Rutgers.
He only 224 in the postseason.
Yeah, they
15
played,
hits, no homers, 6 RBI.
They played all the Ivies, Williams, Rutgers, and Navy. That's who they played
in 1950?
in their 9-0 season, yes.
This is so great. This
is amazing.
We need a movie on this.
We need to get Wally on. We'll figure it out.
I don't think we can get him.
We can figure it
He
out.
probably has some kids still alive, right?
Of course. They're all quoted in this story by Steve Marcus.
As we're laughing at him getting...
Well, it's a funny... Come on, it's a funny story.
I don't want to look everybody. I was laughing. It was kind of funny.
What else you got on here?
Well, this is kind of cool, Don. Ty Gibbs will honor former NASCAR driver Kyle Busch when he competes in the M&M paint scheme for next month's Cup Series at Bristol Motor Speedway. We know that Busch tragically died in May at the age of 41 due to severe pneumonia that progressed into sepsis. Busch's widow Samantha announced on social media Thursday that Gibbs would drive in the classic M&M paint scheme, which was on one of Kyle's favorite tracks. Going back without him will be heartbreaking. He should be there, Samantha Busch said, but I'm so grateful to be able to tell you that those iconic M&M's colors will be coming back to Bristol one last time on the 54 car. It's a chance to honor him at a place he loved so much, surrounded by our NASCAR family and fans who loved him too. I know Kyle would want us to be there to keep showing up, keep racing, and keep carrying his legacy forward. That's a pretty cool thing to do.
That is very cool. That's a fun track, Bristol, Tennessee. It's a short track.
Mm-hmm. And he was really good on it, if I'm not mistaken. He won a lot of races there.
Eminem's car, one of Zach's favorites.
That was the one thing that even if you weren't a big NASCAR fan, even as a kid, you just thought it was cool that
cars.
The M&M car was cool. Jeff Gordon's 24 was cool. Like you just recognized it. Dale Jr.'s car was always cool, even if it was Budweiser. What's Budweiser? Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It was cool. So that's awesome that they're doing that. And if you're a NASCAR fan, obviously something to look forward to. That's going to do it for ENN today.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That was a fun ENN.
It's kind of funny because when we have a 6:35 show, it's a longer ENN. When we have a 7 o'clock show, we got to be a little more regimented.
That's right.
Business-oriented, structured producer. Yes. But he is an absolute filth bag.
That's
you
right.
are.
And that's why we love him.
And no one will know.
That was ENN brought to you by Boost Mobile. Don't overpay. Get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month. Forever, for life, for real. Switch now at Boost.
Boost.
Mobile.
Boost.
ESPN.com. Let's get some calls in. We got the Yankees getting shut out. We've got the sporting news list of top baseball movies. We got the football of it all. 1-800-919-3776. Taking up until 7 o'clock here. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
I take the car service home heavily medicated on Ativan, right? And my wife had told me prior to that she didn't like the way I was on Ativan, that I became hostile and agitated. So the Giants lose that game 24-21. And I said, I can't take it anymore. The season is over. And I took the vinegar and I dumped the vinegar out on her computer. And she said, what is the matter with you?
You dumped the vinegar onto the computer.
Yeah, but don't stop there.
Oh, my God.
She goes, what's the matter with you? I said, nothing. You want to see the matter? At this point, the kids, the poor kids. Are the kids okay?
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
And I don't remember what happened from that moment on, but I'm not allowed to take Ativan anymore.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
Donate your car today. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
When you manage an active facility, disruption is not an option. Tricon Construction specializes in healthcare, commercial, and industrial environments where work needs to happen without shutting operations down. That takes detailed planning, clear communication, and safe, disciplined execution. Because when patients are inside, tenants are working, or production has to keep moving, every decision matters. Tricon understands how to work around your business professionally, safely, and efficiently. For complex work inside active facilities, choose Tricon Construction. Visit TriconBuilds.com. That's TriconBuilds.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Okay, all signed up. Easy. Now let's run payroll. What the? Hey, girl. I'm you with more gusto. Nice. Who's that? New social media manager, hired and onboarded with gusto. And spoiler, we're kind of famous now. Wait, we're famous? Oh, well, I'm famous. Payroll, benefits, and HR. Designed and built for small businesses. Choose a future with gusto.
So, before we get into all things baseball and everything else, two things on the NBA schedule that was released at 3. We know where the Knicks are going to be. We already knew opening night. A lot of home games early. Some long road trips early on. You're going to see a lot of the rivals. We talked about this at the start of the show. The schedule's out. You could see it for yourself. But two things. One, the preseason schedule's out.
Okay.
The Knicks' first preseason game. You know where it is? It's October 5th.
Is it
Monday.
Like to buy again?
No. They're not going anywhere crazy this year.
Okay.
But do you know, it's on the road. And it's like I kind of rolled my eyes when I saw it. Like, really?
I don't know. You got me intrigued.
Philly.
Really?
Well, see? That's what I was like, really?
Well, I guess
no one's playing in that game.
But
what are we doing?
Listen, the NHL preseason is the same way.
5
you play
preseason
Philly,
games
you
now.
play Boston, you play the Rangers. Nobody wants to travel.
Well, no,
in the preseason.
they usually just play the Wizards. They for some reason they play Minnesota every year. I don't know why, but they do. They've got a home and home with the Raptors. But this random Sixers. Now they played Philly. Remember this in Dubai in Abu Dhabi last year.
Mm-hmm.
But that was for the NBA. To throw in Philly in the preseason. All right, that's not that big of a deal.
But LeBron's not going to play, and nobody's going to care.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right.
The other thing is this. Did you know this year, if the Knicks reach the Eastern Conference Finals, again, you will not be able to watch it on cable television?
Where's the Eastern Conference Final?
Prime. Mm-hmm. First time. Conference Finals.
Now.
On Prime.
People, see, they need
How
to
do we feel
really.
about this?
Well, listen, I don't
Last
feel
year,
good
the
about
numbers were through the roof because it was ESPN and NBC. NBC had the West, ESPN had the East. Like, it was, it was significant.
Oh, listen.
Right? Like, you got huge numbers. This is really going to test it.
Well, it's going to test it.
But it's the new
number
deal.
One. And listen, there are people who have Prime that don't know they have Prime. Again, because it comes down to
I agree.
You get Amazon packages delivered, you've got Prime.
I agree.
Well, the reason I don't like it is because there's going to be a lot going on, too. Like, I'm going to want to flip around to Mets, Yankees, and I just hate being locked into something that important
that's
like a
late
conference
May.
final.
Well, you got hockey.
Yeah, we got hockey playoffs. You
And
got
then you'll
Knicks.
have baseball.
Yeah, and if I'm going to be locked in the Prime, which is fine, I got Prime, and I'll watch it. But it's just aggravating now to go to ESPN or ABC or flip over to SNY, flip over to Yes. Now, for a diehard Knicks fan who's locked in, it's like, I don't care about anything else, just care about the Knicks. Fine. It's going to affect the number, I would think.
I'm looking right now what the because I if I'm not mistaken, like it was.
Well, here's the question. Maybe
I
Anthony
know they
can look
set
it up.
records, right?
Maybe Anthony can look it up.
7.4 million viewers per game across ESPN and ABC. The most watched Eastern Conference Finals round since only 3 years, 2023.
No, let me ask. Now, maybe Anthony or Jacob can look this up. What was the number of the Amazon NFL playoff game last year in relation to the playoff games that were over the air
in comparison,
or on ESPN? And just to see if it was a lot less. Maybe it's the same. Now, that's one game. That's one day.
Packers-Bears did 31.61.
And what were the other playoff games? We were talking about a whole series now. Like one game, like if there's a Game 7, no one's going to have a problem finding Prime to watch Game 7.
Yeah.
Knicks, Sixers, whoever in the conference final. But Game 1, Game 2, Game 3, like will they all do the numbers that they would do if it was over the air or on ESPN? But there'll be people that are aggravated, but they'll do it.
It's just again a sign of the times because that's the deal that Amazon had with the NBA, and they're going to get the conference finals, and it's the Eastern Conference Finals.
If you want billions of dollars from these networks, you're going to have to give them. You're going to have to give them something, right? So if 31 million people
Yeah.
Watch the NFL game.
Bills Jaguars did 32.
Right. So
on CBS. Right.
So it's slightly less,
but not much.
But
again, it's a standalone game, and you knew where it was.
But
there was no competition against it, so you just went to it.
So it was Bears Packers, right? Now I didn't. Is that what that was the one that was on Prime, right, Anthony? Bears Packers.
Yes, and it's Bears Packers. Let's be honest.
And I didn't know where it was because you know where I watched that game? At the hotel bar in Winnipeg.
Of course you did.
It was a Saturday night.
Wait, they had it on Amazon?
I don't know what they had it on. They probably had it on CTV or something.
Oh, well, it's Canadian, so they might have had some.
And then the other game, because it was a Saturday night, Bears Packers watched it at the bar, and then the game at the arena, they had it on TV. The Jags and the Bills. Now, I'm sorry, I would think Bears Packers would do a better number than Bills Jaguars,
no matter what it's on.
And it didn't because it was on Prime. I bet you if that was on CBS or Fox, it might have
35.
It got the 35 because you're talking about two historic teams, huge fan bases.
Yeah.
Jags don't have a fan base.
Yeah,
Bills
Chicago
do.
market.
Yeah, so I think it affects it. But at the end of the day, if you're getting your money, you're getting your money.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I'm not saying it's a complaint. I'm letting people know ahead of time.
It's the reality.
Let's see how it compares to the $7 million that it averaged this year, which was 37% better than what ESPN did the year before.
I remember. God, it was like 20 years ago, but I was working here, having conversations about, the conference finals. I forget it was it might have been the East at the time. It was Detroit and whoever Detroit was playing in 04.
They were in the conference finals every year for like 7 years.
That it was on TNT.
Yeah,
like it was on cable.
Yeah.
I'm like, really, one of the NBA conference finals is going to be on cable?
Yeah.
And now we're talking about it being on an app,
on a stream. Yeah.
No, it's going to happen, man. And get ready. The Super Bowl is going to be on an app at some point. One of these, Amazon's going to be like, I'm paying all this money. I want a Super Bowl. Right? And it's not going to be that big of a deal because you're not flipping. Like, my biggest problem is, do I have the app and the flipping? Everybody's got Prime, so it won't bother me. And at Super Bowl, I'm not flipping channels.
Yeah, when are we coming up with the technology?
But I'm telling you, Game 3, Knicks, Pistons, or whatever, and it's going to be like on a Tuesday. As much as I'm going to be engaged in the Knicks for interest and also the show, if there's a big hockey playoff game on, especially if it's a local, and then you've got Mets and Yankees, I'm going to want to flip. Now, you may not. You'll be working the game anyway.
I'm
but a diehard Knicks fan's like, I'm not flipping. But there are going to be people that are going to want to flip, like, and they're going to be aggravated.
But it's a reality that's coming, and it's coming this year. Just so everybody knows, in May we'll be screaming about it. And if the Knicks are in it, that's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go to Alex in Lynbrook. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Alex?
Oh, hi, guys. I can solve a couple of problems. Mr. Hahn, you said about the baseball going to 3 numbers.
Yeah.
NASCAR has it 1 to 9, and then they have 0, 0, 0, 3, 0, 7. So that's how you can increase it. 2, with the college kid in 9, Donnie, remember they retired Tonelli's number, 27?
Yeah.
Enders Lee was wearing that same number, and Tonelli at the ceremony was very gracious. He said, "It's our number. I'm proud you're wearing it." And after this, then with the college kid, they should say to the player who wore 9, to say, "Listen, let him wear number 9."
5.
And then that's it. No more.
Yeah, the kid
and then
from
last thing
LSU, it's 5. Yeah, but you're in the end, that's probably the way to do it. And if you want to show a little bit of class, that's what you do.
Right. And Donnie, NASCAR, the numbers that they don't care about numbers. No one owns the numbers. So numbers like 3, 43, 28. Those are iconic numbers, right?
Yeah.
So, but guess what? They're racing this week, with this weekend in Richmond, and guess what? Those numbers are going to be on stock cars. They induct the drivers into the Hall of Fame, but they don't retire the numbers.
And the interesting thing about that, Alex, is
that's the Ring of Honor thing that Don said.
You need the number more than ever in NASCAR, right? Because you can't see the driver in the car now, and they change sponsorships a lot.
Yeah,
but like
from race to
43
race.
was Petty.
They wrap
3
the
was
car
Earnhardt.
differently from race to race.
Yeah,
sometimes.
so the number is probably more important there than anything else. Listen, you saw Namath was like, if Aaron Rodgers wants to wear 12, go ahead. That's the classy thing to do.
Yeah.
What Daniels did was just not a classy.
No, what he could have done is if he did it in a classier way, then maybe the kid even says, like, I'll wear it in his honor.
Yeah.
I'm wearing it in his honor. But
now
instead,
he's doing it in spite.
Now it's spite. Now it's like, no, I want to wear it even more.
Jonathan is in the car. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Jonathan?
Hey, Don and Hahn. Thanks for taking my call. Long time, first time.
Great.
2 baseball movies I think you guys might have missed upon. One not so popular, one super popular. The Scout with Brendan Fraser, Albert Brooks, 90s movie. Very underrated movie, but still
not bad.
Yep.
Still going to win. And also, Rookie of the Year, Thomas Ian Nicholas, Daniel Stern, great kids movie.
I think, you know what, I got to go back to the list again. I do remember that movie.
I thought it was on there. I thought you said it was on there.
I think
it's
it
just
is.
not top 10.
I just want to get to where it was. I believe it is on the list.
No, I thought
that's another one that I watched with the kids too, because
exactly, yeah,
it's good with the kids. Let me get the list here. I should have printed it out. Rookie of the Year is 27.
27. All right, so it barely made it, but it made it.
Good. Not bad.
Yeah.
Then there's the one. What was it called? I don't remember what it's called. Where the kid inherits the Minnesota Twins. The mom in that, from what I understand, unless it's a lie on social media, the mom in that movie is Pete Crow Armstrong's mom.
Stop it.
That's what I heard.
Wow.
Jacob can maybe confirm that. Eric in Rockland, you're on ESPN New York. What's up, Eric?
Hey, what's happening, boys?
What's going on?
First time, long time.
Great.
On my way back, I usually get stuck in traffic, so I can't do it. But when I heard this topic, I had to pick up the phone and risk getting in an accident.
Okay.
Oh, man. Be safe.
Nah, we're all right. You guys ever see the movie The Fan with Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes?
Yes, that's an interesting movie, man.
That is it. It's creepy.
I figured you guys would love this one just because of the talk radio aspect of it and how it devolves into unhinged madness.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Throughout the course of the film.
Yes.
No, Wesley Snipes does a great job. Robert De Niro does an even better job. I like that movie a lot. Little Big League is on the list. That's the one where he inherits the Minnesota Twins. And the mom's name is Ashley Crow.
Oh, well, there you go. The Fan did Snipes plays for the Giants?
Yes.
Right? It's in the Bay Area, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they did a pretty good job. Or people might be disappointed. They didn't really shoot live action. It was in the dark, and they made it work. With a lot of close-ups and
Probably
stuff.
Couldn't do a lot of things.
But, Wesley Snipes can do baseball. He did baseball with in Major League.
Yeah.
But he couldn't hit in Major League. That's why they made a big deal about him, not bunting and hitting pop-ups. And he also, did you know he couldn't run? So the scene where he wakes up in the bed, the guys that he beats has to run slow because he wasn't fast, Wesley Snipes. I thought that was really interesting. Right?
That is interesting.
So the whole premise of his character is that he's fast,
right?
And they actually had to get the two guys to run slow. Willie Mays Hayes hits like Mays, runs like Hayes. Oh, we're having fun.
You may run like Mays, but you hit like.
Finish up with your calls 1-800-919-3776. Don Hunter Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. Plus, another study found Amazon Prescription Pass customers pay nearly 1/3 less out of pocket. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. At Rings End, they're there to help realize your modern design visions. That's why they partner with Marvin. Engineered for big ideas, Marvin modern windows and doors deliver effortless elegance, expansive views, and industry-leading innovation, all in a modular system designed to meet the exacting principles of modern architecture. Experience Marvin Modern at a Rings End showroom today and create something stunning with them. Rings End is a certified Marvin installing retailer.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Buster only joins us. Who is a team in the American League right now that should scare Yankees fans a little bit?
All of them. There's so much parity in the American League, it's kind of crazy. So if you told me that the Yankees reached the World Series, I wouldn't be shocked. And if you told me they got knocked out in the first round, that wouldn't shock me either. I don't think they have any idea what they're going to get out of Judge and Stan the rest of the year. Like none.
DiPietro and Rothenberg, morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
There you were, surrounded by fans. Everybody remembers the game. Nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you. Till a few days later, at 2 a.m., you wake up with a fever and your throat's on fire. Now what? Urgent care? Closed. ER? Slammed. Telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You needed a medical emergency kit. These aren't first aid kits. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions. Sinus and ear infection, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more on hand before you need them. Use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care and drugstore at home. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you'd ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Shohei Ohtani's interpreter was fired today. Ippei Mitsuhara ran up gambling debts to a Southern California bookmaking operation.
The inside story of the biggest scandal in modern baseball.
He was absolutely bananas, the amount of bets he was making. I've never seen anything like it.
From 30 for 30 podcasts, this is The Betrayal of Shohei Ohtani.
Presented by Gusto. New episodes available now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off, and you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Last call crew, 800-919-3776. Got a lot of people that want to talk to us, and we want to talk to you. So let's go through as many calls as we can here in the final 10 minutes.
Last call crew.
Who's after us?
The ESPN Network.
Oh, that's
why I didn't want to bring it up. Ern in Brooklyn, you're on ESPN.
That was Ty Butler.
What's up, Ern?
Hey, how you doing, fellas?
What's up?
How you doing, fellas? Love you guys.
Thank you. Love
I
you.
don't know how y'all can miss. I don't know how you can miss Mr. 3000
We mentioned
with the late Bernie Mac. I thought that was hilarious.
I loved that movie.
We did bring it up.
When we did the
Mr. 3000.
We did Mr. Destiny, then we did Mr. Baseball, and then we said, what about that other? And there was Mr. 3000. We did that as well, and I don't know.
Oh, you did? Because I didn't hear you guys.
We said it quick though, Ern. So I'm glad you brought it back up again because you're right. Bernie Mac I thought he was really good in it.
Yeah, he was very good.
And it was a
pretty
funny,
realistic too.
And I thought they made a lot of natural, things that they do in baseball. I thought there was a lot of the play. Like when he threw at him, he said, pitch it to me. He said, pitch it. When he threw inside and made him drop down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
thought about that movie that
he was a brewer.
Accurate.
And the whole premise, I think, was that he had gotten his 3,000th hit in his last game, but it was a clerical error that he actually was
They found
short.
it somewhere else that he didn't get a hit. Yeah.
So he came back with the Brewers, and then it was pretty. And he's helping mentor a young player that's a little too full of himself. It's actually not a bad movie. Let's go to Felicia in Mississippi. You're on ESPN New York. How are you, dear?
Hey, Felicia.
Hey guys, doing great. How about you?
Good.
Hey, I tried to get through yesterday, but I wanted to chime in a little bit on the Islanders, the jersey, the picking for the jersey. And this may be a totally unpopular opinion with a lot of the fan group, but it has to be the blue and white. That's the only answer. And in my reasoning, I get the lighthouse. I totally understand the significance with all the lighthouses on the island, but it looks like minor league to me. Like it just looks kind of cartoony, and it just looks like something you would see on like a minor league hockey, the AHL or SHL team. And of course, it can't be the Fishermen. I agree. I was too young really to remember the era. I was really young.
Consider
but I
yourself
do understand the history.
You're lucky you didn't have to live through that, Felicia. I'm telling you. I'm with you. It looks like the orange jerseys aren't like that's not going to happen. Like it looks like the blue jerseys are going to win. That's a positive because all the orange ones look like the Oilers. We don't want that. The lighthouse though seems like it was the most popular template that everybody was using at the beginning. I saw so many social media posts of people that were saying this is what I submitted. So the lighthouse feels like it's a true contender. But I think the NY looks very classic with that dark navy blue. You do a lot more white and a little less orange along with the navy blue. I'm for that. I like that a lot. But the lighthouse, remember, it's a third jersey. It's not going to be the everyday.
Right.
But
and you'll get used to it.
But it's
no matter what
it's a third. And there's one thing is if you wanted to go back to that look, I'd rather it be the lighthouse than that dopey Fisherman.
Yeah, now you got 42 games now at home with the 84-game schedule. So, like, how often do you wear the third jersey? Maybe 10 times during the course of the year.
It's about selling them, though, Don. Crazy. You know it's about selling them.
No,
That's what
of course,
it's about.
Of course. Let's go to Jonathan in L.A. You're on ESPN New York.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
How dare you guys?
What's up?
You guys forgot about the Joe Torre movie. Come on, one of the best ones of all time with Paul Sorvino. Am I right or wrong?
No, it's one of the worst movies ever put on film. The curveballs along the way was a colossal embarrassment.
Yes, I love Joe Torre, but yes, you're right, Donnie.
Listen, it was a great premise for the story. But, Jonathan, I was working at the Fan at the time, and I saw the movie. And, listen, it is what it is, right? Paul Sorvino's playing Joe Torre.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a nice story, and it was thrown together because the Yankees had won the World Series in '96 and all that.
Yeah.
But I was working at the Fan, and when that movie came out, you had Yankee fans calling up, crying about what a great movie. It's one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. I was like, I understand you're a Yankee fan. I understand you're emotional that they won the World Series. But that movie was pure trash.
That was like when...
Yeah, man. Guys,
that movie...
Really quick.
Go ahead. Finish your thought.
I'm going to try to put it really quick. As a diehard Yankee fan, I love the movie, but the fact that it's the Red Sox, fever pitch. It's also a great movie to watch with your significant other.
I don't think it's a great movie.
I hate it because it's the Red Sox, but it's a good movie. Guys, great show. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jonathan, as usual.
You remember before Miracle came out, there was a made-for-TV movie, Miracle on Ice.
Yes, with
Yeah, he played Herb Brooks. It's Carl Malden.
Yeah, Carl Malden.
And it's just
not good.
Not even close.
It was a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah. There was like a guy that was an actor in Slapshot who also played in that movie. Like just all of it was bad. The hockey was bad. The travel, everything about that movie.
But again, it was thrown together because of just how everything was. Yeah. I'm looking at IMDb. Okay. The ranking for Joe Torre, curveballs along the way, a 5.2, which is very, very generous. It just was not good.
Out of 10?
Out of 10.
Huh.
Not good.
Yeah, it happens.
But they tried to get everybody involved. I'm trying to think who else was in that movie. What was the name of the kid that interfered?
Oh, Jeffrey Mayer.
I think Jeffrey Mayer is in it.
Instead of getting an actor, they just had him do it.
That he played like a Yankee.
Oh my God.
Yeah, or something. I got to look that up to see if he's actually in there. But oh my God, I'm trying to see. How did he get a 5.2?
While you're doing that, Scott's in Nanuet with another movie.
Go ahead, Scott. What do you got, buddy?
All right. There's a movie called Chasing 3000 with Ray Liotta. It's about two kids who were from Pittsburgh, got moved to California, but wanted to see Roberto Clemente's 3000 Pit.
Okay.
And it's a movie I crank up every single September 30th, and I think it's a real cute one. And it's actually based on real events.
Okay. All right. That's one I didn't know.
I didn't know that
Thank
one
you,
at
Scott.
all. That's very good.
To write that one down because that does sound interesting. Let's take one more here, Donnie.
Yes, because I'm just trying to confirm.
All right. Nick and Nutley. Nick, how are you
Hi,
doing?
Nick.
Hey, good day, guys. Good day, guys. You got the best show on radio.
Oh, thank you.
That's good to know.
Let me say this. A couple of weeks ago, you were talking about NBA players. We'll change the subject here.
Okay.
Who won Division I championship and then won NBA championships.
Right.
I have the greatest question for you.
Okay.
Give me the only guy who won a high school state championship, a Division I NCAA championship, all basketball, a Pan American game gold medal, an Olympic gold medal, and an NBA championship. Okay, it's a fact. So you got high school state championship, NCAA Division I championship, Pan American game championship, Olympic gold medal, and an NBA championship.
I'm going to go with Bill Russell or Magic Johnson.
Incorrect, sorry to say.
Both of them are wrong.
That is correct. They're both wrong.
Both wrong.
Okay.
All right. Can you give me the era he played?
Sure. He played in college in the mid-'70s. Okay?
Bill Walton?
Early. No. Bill Walton did not win a Pan American.
Okay.
I don't think
All right.
they had
That
him
one's
anymore.
missing.
Well, I'm not
So,
sure.
I believe there's only like 5 people to have done the high school, the state championship, the NBA championship, and the college championship. I think there's only like 5 guys who've ever done that. So
This guy did all 5. He was
and Olympics
He was
too.
he was a serviceable player. He was a guard all his career. Well, you know the name. You know the name, and
Give
you know
it
the
to me.
player.
Give it to me.
So, ready?
Yeah.
Quinn Buckner.
Quinn Buckner. Wow.
Yep.
What Olympic team was he on?
Yeah. What Olympic team?
Well, he graduated, I think, in 74 or 76. So I think it was the 76 Olympics.
Okay.
I think so.
Quinn
And
Buckner.
I got one more quick one. Who's
Yeah,
the
real-
only 4 guys?
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, who's the only 4 guys to win a high school state championship, an NCAA Division I championship, an NBA championship, and during the NBA Finals, they were voted the MVP. 4 guys. 4 guys. And when you want me to tell you, I'll tell you real quick.
Well, Jalen's one
4
of them.
guys who won that.
Brunson's
That
one
is
of them.
correct.
All right.
That is correct.
Magic's another one.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct.
Okay. Walton?
2 centers. I'll give you a hint.
Kareem's got to be one.
And then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh, listen, that
But you like that first one, right?
Nick, that was
an
terrific.
awesome
Nick, that first one was really good,
That was a
man.
good- that
That's
was
a
a
great
good
way to
close it out.
close out the last call crew. That's fun. We love doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
The lists, the trivia, and all the different news stories throughout the day.
Tomorrow, 3:00. Last day without Peter because he'll be back on Monday. Fraud Alert Friday.
Oh.
That's always fun. Get you ready for the weekend for the Mets and the Yankees. Get the latest from Jets and Giants camp. Should be a lot of fun. Back with you again tomorrow.
You got it.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This August, don't miss the Big 5 spin-off and your chance to win your share of $55,550. Be here on Friday,